maybe for hammer. I want 1,000 of them. Hi, hi. I'm Kanna. Camels. I love you. Kamogumi. Kanna na 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 na. Hi, hi. I'm Kanna. Camels. I love you. Kamogumi. Kanna na 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 na. Okay, there we go. I almost didn't unmute myself. Gung Kanana. Hi, hi. Hi, hi, camels. Sorry for the brief second of silence. Wait, let me also put up... Give me a second. ちょっと待ってください。ちょっと待って。Oh, Yuki, stop trying to push your blanket onto me and then climb onto me. Yuki is doing a new thing right now where while kneading the blanket, he's trying to push it on me and then climb over the blanket to climb on me. Sir, I can notice you. He's like, I'm not doing anything. He's like, I'm just kneading the blanket. Yeah, sure, sir. Sure, sir, that you're just kneading the blanket. My kneading baker cat. He's like, head pats, more head pats. I'm head patting him right now. Come on. Oh, Etenbond. Welcome back to the Kamo Squad. There we go. Okay, let me get out the stuff I was looking for. これどこ? これかな? Yeah. Oh, Yugi, stop trying to climb over the blanket. So there you go. There. Yes, you have this entire desk to yourself. You have 2 blankets here. You have a pile of plushies, sir. Seriously. He's like, okay, it's fine. He's like, it's fine. I will enjoy the desk. Yuki wakes you up? Yeah, sorry, Kamos. He's just taking his chances. Oh god. Oh god, I gotta go dry my hand. He drooled on the blanket apparently, and I put my arm in the drool. Oh god, Yuki. How much did you leave a drool puddle? Seriously, baby. Oh yeah, there's your drooling little face. Oh. So happy, so drooly. He gets so drooly when he's happy. Like, it's very cute, but it's also very gross. Okay, he followed me and circled me around the floor, because of course. Oh, there's some piles of drool there on the blanket. I can see them. I have like entirely surrendered that blanket to him. And the other cats as well. Yeah, let me get something more to put on this. Give me a second. Oh. Yuki's on the desk again. I want to put something on there. Oh, a quasol. A quasol. What else can I put on there? I guess I could put this on here. Oh wait, no, I replaced the quasol. So your hair stick it well soon? Yeah. Don't worry, I'm just doing stream prep commons. Where'd my quasol go? Quasol. Oh wait, I have other stuff as well. I have so much stuff here. So much different food options. I have this to go with the tea. Like there. There we go. And then I can get my quasol back. Quasol! Another haver of stuff. Indeed. Oh, that's a giant quasol. Quasol. There we go. This is all the reason you need to keep eating lunch before stream? Yeah. There we go, camels. Now I have some cute stuff here. Yes, cute and cozy. So technically I ate dinner right before stream started, so there's that. But yeah, hi Kanna. I was obviously going to play Ratchet and Clank today, but as I told you yesterday during the I'm sick anniversary stream, I am still sick. Yes, I'm surprise. I'm still sick, and actually, I have like a half a degree in fever, which explains why sometimes in the last like 24 or 48 hours, it felt like my brain was boiling itself alive. Because if I reach like 1 degree of fever, then I feel so crappy. I just end up just laying in bed or on the couch, just being like, So like half a degree of fever doesn't sound like much, but it feels like a lot. You have a headache? Oh, it's more like of a weird like loopy feeling in my head that's hard to explain, more so than a headache. So I'm like, I feel like I'm... Whoa! Oh, Yuki! He knocked the box off the desk. Oh, God, sir. This box had stuff in it. Or he knocked it like partially down from the desk. Jeez, that scared me. You've been just pushing things around today, haven't you, sir? Pushing his blanket around, pushing the box around. I even have like my little neck heating pillow laying on the box so it'll be heavier so they can't push it around. God, cat's strong. I think he startled himself. I'm scared. Yeah, it scared me, it scared him, it scared you guys. Oh, let go my ego. Mwah, thank you for the super coins. Arigato. Why is she sick? Because she got a ducksies. Sorry about that, Kamos. I think Yuki also got startled. Yeah. Just lay down. He's probably going to lay down and sleep now. You know, he's bringing a little bit of excitement. We might not have action gameplay today, Kamos, but we have action cats. Yeah. Action cats. So there's that. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I have half a degree in fever, and it is the type of sick where I was like, should I cancel stream? Should I not? But at the same time, I would be lonely, Kamos. I know it would just be 1 day without streaming, but I would miss you. So instead of doing Ratchet and Clank, which I want to be like appropriately at least a little bit like high energy for that. Like I want to have good energy levels, which I'm hoping I have by Saturday, which the other Ratchet & Clank stream is scheduled at. Instead of playing Ratchet & Clank, we're Satsuing today. And then, if I want to play a game, which I don't even know if we'll do or not because I don't know how long I'll stream. If I want to play a game, we can play something like Blueprints or Lost and Found Co. or something like that. Now you know where the cats get their separation anxiety. Hey, I'm with the cats like every second of every day. I just like can't give them my undivided attention if I'm sleeping or streaming. But I'm home, except for earlier today, or like when I go grocery shopping. But earlier today, I went and got my monthly allergy shot, which went pretty well. It was again a new lady. There's an amazing amount of people like working at my doctor's office for it being a smaller place. But there was a new lady, and I don't think she had set this type of injection before, but she was really nice, and one of those like nurses that actually listens to me when I say like how I usually get the injection set, and not one of those that just looks in the manual and are like shh, 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 while I read, because a couple of them do that, and then I go like, I see what I'm in for today. But this lady was really nice, so it went well. Yeah, I think it went well. And I also booked my next appointment in 4 weeks, exactly 4 weeks. So I have that booked now. So next month I'm not going to forget about it. But yeah, I feel not worse than yesterday. I don't feel much better, but I also don't feel much worse. So that's good. That means hopefully I'm in a recovery arc. Imagine they open a YouTube tutorial on how to do it. Honestly, I wouldn't be opposed if they wanted to do that, but it's like, even if a lot of them haven't said like an allergy injection before, like they have set like injections of the same type, so they know how to set it, because it's a subcutaneous injection, which is like a different type of injection than vaccines, but I'm assuming probably not too uncommon. So they know how to do it, just haven't like set this one particular one. Yeah, so I feel decent for being sick. I could be feeling worse. So I like looking at the bright side and being like, at least I'm well enough to stream to hang out with you guys, even if I can't do the high excitement gaming. And I probably shouldn't like move too much around like this, because my head is feeling like loopy. And then also other good news is I got 2 drafts back in the last 24 hours for 2 things, or rather like more in the last 12 hours. And it's amazing. You're in for some good stuff in the future, Camels. I just shouldn't show you guys, because then it will be a spoiler. I can tell you what it is drafts for though. Also, you guys know I'm getting my model updates, which you've already seen the hair color updates and like the slight like just like face feature reorganizing and stuff. But in that update as well, I don't know if I told you, but Refla Mama is going to make a new hairstyle. And I got the draft for the hairstyle today, and it's so cute, Kai! Another home run by Refla Mama. Some theories say that sick people actively seek out social contact as a natural thing because we have a reduced ability to care for ourselves. I mean, that makes a whole bunch of sense. I didn't tell you, but now you know. So now you know that when I do the model update, you'll also have this super cute and adorable new hairstyle. And it will be fabulous. So it will go with like all the 3 outfits that I have currently, and honestly, I think it fits with all 3 of them. The vibes of it, like my night dress, my maid, and my lady outfit. And then the second the second draft that I got is obviously like Reflamama makes my main model. Like she makes this model, and she makes like outfits for it and stuff like that. I have another model that has been in production since before Reflamama started, but that artist has a little bit of a slower workflow. But that one has been in progress for a while. It looks amazing. I can't wait for that one to be finished, but it's in the rendering stage. But I also have a third Kanna model that started production for a separate outfit, and I got all the drafts for that yesterday, and they're also so good. God, they're so good. I'm not going to tell you what the outfit concept is for that model, but I'm looking at it right now, and it's Tokoyo and cool and it's everything. Yeah. Very cute. Very cute. How many models do I have? Oh, when all of the ones that are in production are finished, I'll have 3 models. But this is the main one that I'll probably get the most outfits for, I think. But the 2 other artists I'm working for have their own vibes. And they're going to be super cute and super fitting for the different outfit concept. Will I ever use the old model again in the future? Oh, the Momoma model with the blonde hair I might use in the future, yeah. I was a lowlight. Welcome back to the Kamo Squad. So technically with that one, I will have 4 models in total. This is kind of like the... a little bit like the Iron Mouse style of doing model/outfits, I guess you could say. Where I have some different models. Instead of like, because you can sometimes when you have a model, if your original artist can't make more outfits for it, you can get new artists to make outfits for your original model, where they try and mimic your original artist style. That is quite common with some VTubers if the original mama isn't available and if the original artist does approve it. I will say I actually have approval from Kitado Momoma to do that with that model, but at the same time I feel like if I'm going to be working with new artists anyway, it does feel weird to ask them to conform to another artist's style. So I was just like, I'll just say they can make a model from scratch, because then they'll get to do their entirely own style. And I love artists. I follow so many artists on Twitter. And I think it's cool to see all the different interpretations of yeah. So that's why I'm going the multiple model route. But I don't think I'll have more artists than, or at least I'm not planning on having more artists than the 3 that I am working with right now. And that one model that's been in progress for a while, that one might be a 1 outfit only model. Yeah. Following 1.3k people on Twitter for a reason. Yeah, a huge amount of the people I follow on Twitter are artists. So I get so much art in my Twitter feed, which is amazing. Oh, you don't have to add shapeshifter to my ever-growing list of titles. It's just disguises is a common skill for detectives. Yeah. It's just a common skill to be able to blend in camos and then blend even more in with my different outfits. But I'll still have my trademark stuff, like my hair color and my eye color and my mother round eyebrows and stuff like that, and my general body shape and everything like that will be the same across the models I have. Most of the people you follow are artists too, but you can't open Twitter at work anymore. Ooh, is it ooh, is this multi-classing? Yeah. I love seeing all the different Kanna designs. They're so adorable. Yeah, me too. The design elements will remain, yeah. When I have worked with a different artist, like Raphael Mama included, and the other two artists that are secret for now, I have given them like a list of like core Kanna features that and like images of what you call it, examples. Yeah, core Kanna features that has to be preserved when making a model. Don't move around too much. No moving around too much. I'll get woozy. Yeah. Secret, I say? Yes, secret. I will say, I follow the other two future Kanna VTuber mamas on Twitter, but that doesn't narrow it down much because I follow so many artists that have drawn VTuber models. And I will say, I will give you two hints. One, I follow both of the two other ones on Twitter, and they have also both made VTuber models before, but I won't say how little or how many. Riddler, mwah, thank you for gifting 5 Combo Squad memberships. Thank you, thank you. VTubers would love if you get the gifted, and thank you for everyone that like remembered or gifted or dono yesterday or after stream yesterday. I perceive you, Camels. Yesterday I was just very, very extra woozy. I definitely wasn't in shape to read out all the alerts. Oh, it's your birthday today, Riddler! You don't gift or dono on your birthday. But happy birthday, Otansoubi Omedetou, Riddler. I also gave this in for Raffle too. You don't think anybody guessed it back then? Yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's a hint, but it's also not really much of a hint because I follow so many artists that have and also have not made VTuber models. And who knows when I follow them, because I follow like new artists all the time, so good luck with that if you want to look through the entire list of people that I follow on Twitter and then try and narrow stuff down. Couldn't skip the birthday tags, there's still birthday tags! Following artists is like a staple to VTuber enjoyers. Yeah, and I love VTuber designs. So I love following artists that have also made VTuber designs. The dots erased eyebrows. I'm just teasing you, Camels. Also. 4 years later and I still denied the birthday tax? Yeah. Remedy Entertainment making the model. that would be a trippy VTuber model probably, because Remedy Entertainment is delightfully trippy. Sentinel. Thank you for gifting a Kamo Squad membership. Thank you. Be sure to sister love if you get the gifted. So sassy even when sick, yeah. Though I do lose my train of thought more easily. I'm noticing my brain is not operating at full capacity. So if I feel like I have way more random pauses in my sentences where I just like stop and I go like, what was it saying? Or like, what was the word I wanted to say? So please excuse that today, Camels. Honestly, you should just enjoy sick Kanna when you have sick Kanna on stream, because this is the closest you'll ever get to drunk streams. Because I don't drink. Ever. So this is the closest you get to like out of order brain lag Kanna. It's like a mellow drunk stream. One day you might member yourself, but you like being non-committal. Wait, gifting a membership but not being membered. Wow, that is some giga camel moves. What an analogy. Honestly, this is what I imagine. At least, I mean, everyone reacts differently to being drunk, right? But I imagine like one category of being drunk has gotta feel like this. Like reduced brain capacity, can't find all the words you want to say, random pauses in sentences, and also like random moments of like dizziness or feeling like your brain is like rah, 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 rah. So I'm just like, yeah, this is probably what I could look like if I was ever drunk, but yeah, if you don't know, I've never drank alcohol. Even though I'm 31, I've just never had the urge to drink, because when I was in high school and people around me started drinking, they were drinking themselves into like blackout drunken stupors every weekend, and I was like, yeah, that's not for me. And then in university, I was living on a paltry student budget, so I was like, well, I'm definitely not spending money on alcohol now. And then as an adult, I was just like, well, why drink alcohol when you can instead drink apple juice? So there's never been any particular like reason, like overarching reason why I haven't drank alcohol, other than the fact that I really haven't felt the urge to. Yeah. You get migraines a lot, and that's how migraines feel for you. The end part of a migraine is supposed to be a lot like a hangover. Oh, interesting. I luckily don't get migraines too often. I've only gotten it like 3 times in my life, I think. It just tastes awful. I will say I've had alcohol-free, like champagne and stuff, because it was served at my... I remember they were serving it at my master's. They did like a little like lunch after me and the rest of the people in my master's class finished our master degrees. So that was pretty tasty, but it's basically just like an apple-based soda. Yeah. Your body doesn't tolerate alcohol much, you pretty much stop drinking, yeah. And there's a lot of good like alcohol-free drinks that taste the same as alcohol nowadays, if you want the taste, but you don't want, you know, the part that affects you. You had one hangover in your life, decided it will be your last. It sucks. Ah, I see. But yeah, so this is your drunk Kanna stream is what I was getting at. But I will say, Kamals, I don't judge anyone to drink alcohol. You do you. That's the same I am with like any food preferences, really. Just make sure that you're maybe not getting blackout drunk, and if you're planning on getting blackout drunk, have some friends with you that can take care of you. That's the only thing that I ask that you do, because I want you to take good care of yourself, Kamals. Am I feeling better? I'm feeling the same as yesterday, basically, but I'm feeling good enough to hang out and chat. And also, I would be lonely if I didn't, so I decided I'm not canceling stream. We're just doing a chatting stream instead. Yeah, it'll take my sickness. I don't think that's how it works. Yeah. You mostly avoid alcohol because it's bad for your exercise regimen. Oh, it makes the recovery worse. I see. I'm sweet. You're sweet, Kamals. No, you. Not the kawaii kamamos. My kamamos. My kamamos. My kamamos. Yeah, I don't know how long ago today. Maybe like 2+ hours, or maybe like just around 2 hours, because I am feeling it. It's like the head stuff that's the worst. It's making me feel like So I don't wanna push too hard because of that. We'll see. We'll hang out for as long as I can, Kamals. Yeah. Also, yesterday, I took a nap after stream yesterday for like 2 hours, and then I got up early today so I could call my doctor's office, which I do have a phone consultation with my general physician on Friday. It was the earliest appointment they would give me. Originally, she wanted the lady I was talking with, she wanted to give me an appointment for Friday next week, but I was like, is there no earlier appointments? I was like, I just want a phone appointment. I don't want like a meet up at the office appointment. I was like, can you like fit me in somewhere? And yes, I got a phone consultation on Friday. I have to wake up a little bit earlier than I usually do for it, but that's fair. Yeah. So I'm being responsible, Camus. I'll also talk with my general physician, though I hope that by Friday I'm at least feeling a little bit better. Water. Come on! Lullabolt! Welcome back to the Camo Squad! Kanna's adorable and needs a lot of head pats. Gentle head pats only today. Gentle head pats. You had an appointment at 6 a.m. this morning. When you got there, the door wasn't even open. Wait, the place where you had your appointment wasn't open? That's the worst. Okay, this is my big pet peeve. Not just with like doctor's offices, but like anywhere where they're really strict on like you keeping your appointment time, but they don't necessarily do it. It's my big pet peeve that like at a doctor's office you have to show up like at least like 5 minutes or 2 minutes before your appointment. You have to be there in time, but they're often late like themselves, so you end up sitting waiting for like 10 minutes. I've sat waiting for doctor's appointments at my last doctor's office before I moved for up to 1 hour at times because they have delays. And I'm just like, why can't they just like schedule in more time for their appointments so they don't reach this issue? But yeah, Ravioli, I'll go back to the Camo Squad as well. Hope I feel better soon. Thank you. Especially hospitals. Honestly, I found personally this might be like differ from place to place, but hospital appointments for me are almost always on time, or if I do have to wait, it's usually been like I think 15 minutes max. It's always been like the doctors, like general practitioners, doctors' offices that are the worst. That's so much, yeah. You have to pay if you don't cancel 48 hours in advance, but they can cancel with 30 minutes notice. Yeah, that as well. It's crazy. You had to wait outside for 20 minutes even though you showed up early? Yeah. I think you only waited 30 minutes one time because the doctor overslept and only arrived at the doctor's office then? That was something. Wow. Does prove the doctors are only human. Thankfully, at your current clinic, the most you've had to wait for a walk-in was 20 minutes. Ooh, that's pretty nice. I feel like the times I've had a doctor... the times I've had appointments at the hospital, oftentimes they would be like at like 4 or 5 o'clock, like towards the end of the day. And there seemed to be less people at the hospitals. I might have like lucked out to quote unquote not get appointments in their busy hours. But all the last times I've been, it's been on time. Though I haven't been to the hospital that often. It's been like the consultations for my allergy injections actually is the last time I've had hospital appointments, because that's a specialty medicine, so it's like monitored and only like prescribed by hospital physicians in Norway, and not like your general practitioner that prescribes like a lot of other common medications. But nowadays, since I've been on it so long, I luckily don't have to go like to the hospital anymore. I get like all my follow-up appointments just as like short phone consultations. And the last time I talked to that doctor that like follows up on the allergy injection, it was he basically asked like, is it still working? And I was like, yes. Is it like just like normal questions like still fine, no side effects? I'm like, yes, just works great. And then he's like, then you'll get a prescription for another like 9 months to a year. I might have gotten a year last time, I forget. And then he was like, yeah, we'll talk in a year. I was like, fine, good, great. But the big reason to have yearly consultations, I think, is also primarily if there is suddenly any new medical developments in the field. And I know there's stuff, there's like multiple things, I think, under like production or like scientific trials in that field, because it's allergy medication and allergy medicines and related stuff. And there's a lot of people with allergies, so obviously there is a high demand if suddenly like new better allergy medications is in the field. Low visits like that, yeah. It's nice when it's easy, but it's also good to have the follow-up, because if suddenly there is something that... then that's good. Then you would get to test out, like, new medications. Production? Yeah, production. Lot of hydration today. I've heard it's better to drink a lot of water or to stay well hydrated when you're sick. I don't know how accurate that is, but I'm doing my best. Also, Yuki is sleeping on the desk now. Yeah, he did lay down. He's not needing or like pushing things around anymore. Which is good. You're the same? Yeah. Yeah, I've always heard it's... I mean, it's good to stay well hydrated in general. But like, if you're sick or if you have a headache, I heard it's good. Yeah. The procurement part of medicine is a mess in itself. Yeah, I am still hopefully waiting to see if the ranitidine medication that got like reapproved in the US will hit the general markets in Europe again. If it does, I'll be on that in a second. I think it's back in the general markets in Australia and New Zealand. So if there's any Australian or New Zealand camels here, which Australian or New Zealand camels might be sleeping. But if there is, you're lucky. Lucky camels. But I don't think it's even back in general markets in the US, or at least it wasn't the last time I checked. Though, to be fair, the last time I checked was a couple of months ago. I'm anticipating it might take years before it comes back in Europe. But I'm crossing my fingers. You've been drinking water like crazy since it got warmer? Oh yeah, you should probably also stay hydrated when it's hot out. If you're sweating more, you need to rehydrate more. Started in a new job yesterday. It's weird living in a new city again. Congratulations! I hope you're liking your new job. Also, hi for dropping in. Kanna. Welcome to mellow chatting stream with mellow piano music because I'm sick. And therefore might be more complaining than usual. Yeah. The last you can find was that it was in production but not officially on market yet. But the manufacturers are mostly European, so here's to hoping. Yeah, I'm crossing my fingers. Crossing my fingers. If any of you suddenly get it in like general... If it suddenly becomes like approved in the European markets again, feel free to borrow me or let me know. But that's like if it's like generally available in Europe again, because usually for medications to even be considered in Norway, it has to be back in Europe. Because Norway very much follows the European markets. But if it becomes reapproved in Europe, chances are that hopefully it would become reapproved in Norway. But that's not necessarily the case, because Norway is sometimes really picky with the medications they bring into the market. But I would assume it would come back, because I don't think it's like an expensive medicine to get produced. But who knows? Who knows? Ah, complicated. Very complicated. So let me do some stretches. Stretch. The right side of my neck a little bit hurty. Yeah. Some processes get artificially extended or stonewalled by regulations. Yeah. That's probably why things take time. Big stretches? Yeah. there's probably not anything that's going to hurry up the process in Norway. It will just happen when it happens. Am I feeling okay? I'm feeling sick, but I'm doing my best to take extra naps and not overextend my body and to take it easy. So I'll recover, so... Crossing my fingers. Crossing my fingers. Yeah. Yeah. Which is why we're not playing Ratchet and Clank today. I really wanted to. And honestly, I will say, if I was completely responsible, I would have cancelled stream today, but I wanted to hang out a little bit more, so... We're doing this chatting stream instead. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, camels. Don't tell other camels. Don't tell other more responsible camels that I'm streaming now. It'll be our little secret. Or other more responsible VTubers. Like my gen mates. They're not allowed to know. Yeah. So we have our hangout later today, so... No one tell them camels. Instead, I will just be... Didn't I tweet? They don't see all my tweets. Probably. Making a clip and sending it to them? No. The other VTubers, which by others I mean my gen mates, doesn't need to know, camels. The Aerunia girlies doesn't need to know. I'm sure they aren't watching me right now. Some of them might not even be awake right now. If Mina is up, I would be surprised. Wait, what time is it currently for her? Oh, she could be up by now. But she could also be asleep. It's like a 50-50 coin toss. I feel like Kia would be up. Amaya is also... That's like not a 50-50. That's like a roulette, and you're throwing a dart at the roulette if she's up right now. Because she has a sporadic sleep schedule. I love them all so much. And I know their sleep schedules a little bit. She has a US time? Oh yeah, all my gen mates are in the American time zones, either in US or Canada. Amaya has a cursed sleep schedule, yeah. But that's just because of, I think, like, insomnia and stuff, so... I feel that. Oh, Bill Wilson! Mwah! Thank you for gifting a Como Squad membership. Thank you. Be sure to send some love if you get the gifted. But yeah. No one tell them camels. Because I feel like they would be more responsible and cancel stream if they were sick. But... No, to be fair, most VTubers stream while sick occasionally. Never mind, I take it back. They can know. They have probably streamed while sick at some point. Yeah, it's just like, to what degree of sick is the cutoff point for each individual VTuber? My cutoff point depends on which type of sick I am. If I have a really bad headache, then that might make it cut off the stream more than if I'm sick like now. Which I technically would say is more severe than a headache, but headaches are really debilitating. Most VTubers have normal days off. I mean, not everyone. Not everyone, camels. Limina did her recent Nekopara stream while sick. Yeah, exactly. There you go, camels. I am as responsible as some of my Aerunia gen mates. The bar isn't necessarily high, but there is a bar. And we're all equal. Yeah. Much responsibility in the Aerunia. What's with the raised eyebrows, combos? No. This is fine. This is okay. The bar is still on the floor. I mean, the fact that I don't have the most degen sleep schedule in the Aerunia says something with my degen sleep schedule, but... The bar melted on its way to Earth's core, but it's an equal bar. that everyone keeps, and I love my gen mates. Because we are very samey. Even though we're different in a lot of ways, we are very similar. Yeah. Yeah. My sleep schedule may be DGM, but at least it's consistent. Yeah. And I will say, I woke up at... Was it 11 something when I woke up today? Yeah, I woke up at 11 something. So the cats got their food at around something 11. And that made... Like, that's earlier than they usually get their food, because I tend to wake up, like, after 12. So when it was starting to get closer to their dinner time, since it was a longer gap between breakfast and dinner for them than usual, when I was waking up for my post allergy shot nap, when I was waking up from that, Jin came into Jin. I heard this the loudest meow, and I was like, Jin, are you fine? Are you okay? And then he comes into my bedroom, just with his normal food complaint meow, and I was like, oh, you're just angry that your dinner isn't here yet because it's been a little bit longer. Good morning to those hours before you woke up for once. Yeah. Gotta go back to work. Oh, have a nice work day. You woke up at 5 this morning. Your body doesn't want to sleep in. Whoa, that's so early. He was starving. Hey, he had to wait I don't know, 1.5 hours extra between his two early day meals. He's fine. He was fine, Camels. Although Zazitong, welcome back to the Camel Squad. Welcome back. Also, Camels. This is a heads up. If I'm still feeling like this tomorrow, I think I should be up to do the ASMR stream, the Patreon ASMR. And it should be fine to do beach time ASMR as well, because the beach time part of it is my wave ambiance. My wave ambiance. Wave. But it might just be a more of a pure chatting ASMR. A shorter chatting ASMR. As long as I don't feel worse. If I feel the same as today, I can do it. If I feel worse, I will probably postpone. So this is your head warning. And I will say, if I'm not better by Thursday, I will most likely change from Street Fighter to something else. The Street Fighter stream is living very dangerously. Because unless I'm significantly recovered by Thursday, I'll probably call that at the end of the day Wednesday and let you know what I think. But I need to be decent energy to play fighting games. Fighting games is very brain intense, because I actually try and, game in fighting games. So I want to be able to do the combos and stuff. Satsu ASMR is your favorite as a primarily not ASMR person. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. But yeah, so if I change that around... Spent last weekend at Combo Breaker, had a blast. This is so true, yeah. My brain needs to be functional, and my body needs to have a little bit of energy to play fighting games. The mental stack is high, yeah. That's why I only usually play fighting games for 3 hours in a go when I play them. But what would I replace it with? I might replace it... I want to say Blueprints. If my brain is feeling a little bit better than today, if I have to replace Street Fighter with something, I might do Blueprints. If my brain is feeling boop, 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 I might do Lost and Found Co. Yeah. Yeah. So... Yeah. Brain drain in fighting games is real, yeah. But yes, I'm just giving Ratchet & Clank... The Ratchet & Clank we're doing first stream on Saturday. Because I want to be high energy for that as well. But this is your heads up, Camels. But that one is living very dangerously. Because after I got sick, I realized that properly that I was sick yesterday. I was like, uh-oh. When looking at my schedule for this week. Blueprints and Lost and Found are the only chill games in the unfinished list. I do also have Dredged, but Dredge is a little bit spookier. Let me see what other games. Yeah, I know I have Dredge. I have Moomin Troll Winter's Warmth as well, but that one only has a tiny bit left, I think. I have Slam Rancher, but that's more of an ongoing one. Other games. Oh, I have Crime Scene Cleaner. Crime Scene Cleaner is pretty chill. But I have the Nightmare levels left, and those are a little bit spooky. You're still going to practice Street Fighter 6 in case I'm pulling a fast one? Yeah, in case I have a quick, swift recovery. Let me see. Are those the only chill ones? I have some like one-off games I could play. But I don't know how intense they are. I think I bought this one on sale. It's a Steam game called Egging On, where you play as an egg, which I want to play eventually because ducks and eggs, you know, it makes sense. So I have that one. What other chill games I have? Like I still probably would do Lost and Found Co. or Blueprints on Thursday as an alternate anyway, but I'm just looking through my list. Did we see the trailer for that? For Egging On? I don't know. Let me see. Galaxy and Odyssey are kind of chill. Oh, yeah, but I have only the endgame stuff in those, and that's not very chill. You've seen some people play Egging On, and it seems like a raid game. It might be more intensive. Oh, I have Captain Toad, true as well. Let me see. Some of the chill games I also want to wait on because I have Fields of Mystria on my 2 playlist, and I own it on Steam already, but I kind of want to wait until their 1.0 release because that one is still in early access. So that one is there. A lot of games that I have are like feels more energetic. Oh, I have another Moomin game as well. I have the Snufkin Melody of Moomin Valley. I bought that one on sale a while back, so I have that one. Extra levels in the new Yoshi game. The new Yoshi game is hard though. Like the gameplay is hard. Because you guys know how I am on platformers. Let me see. Oh, I have a cute game called Townskeeper, which I think is like a... Oh, that looks so pretty. Whoa. Yeah, I have a cute little game called Townskeeper, in which you can make like little island towns. Oh, Captain Toad and Odyssey doesn't have playlists? Oh, I've never made a playlist for Odyssey. I should probably look at that. That one you had on your wish list for a while? Yeah, Townskeeper seems super cozy. Oh, and speaking of Townskeeper, I also have the other little... Tiny Glade, that's it. The other little building game I played in the past. I don't think I played it since last year. Yeah, Steam says the last time I played it was August 2025. But Tiny Glade I really like. The one where you make like a little medieval village. Tiny Glade was super chill? Yeah! Tiny Glade. Oh, I have Fruit Mountain, but that one can get a little bit intense with how I played those games, because Fruit Mountain is the fruit game behind the people that made Hololive Treasure Mountain. And I never played Fruit Mountain, but I picked it up on sale. Yeah. Oh, I have Lego Brick Tales. Oh, and then another egg game. I have a game called Lost Egg. But I think that one might also be a little bit intense. But I want to play that one eventually. I could do an egg week, Kamals. I could do an egg week in which there's only eggs. Only egg games. Hello, sick lady. Hi for jumping in. What's up, Blade Kite? Wow, welcome back to the Kamal Squad. Hope I'm feeling better. I'm feeling the same as yesterday, but at least I'm not feeling worse. At least I'm not feeling worse. Also, apparently I haven't played Dredge since July last year. I didn't realize it's been so long. I thought I played Dredge more recently, but if Steam is correct, then I haven't played it since then. I'll take the little W's. Yeah, I gotta look at the bright side. Oh, I also haven't played Space Marine. Space Marine and Dredge and The Room and Holocure I haven't played since July last year. That's what Steam is telling me, because currently I'm looking at Steam and I'm looking at it by the recent activity sorting, so I can see what I played. Oh, and I haven't played Street Fighter 6 since June last year. You recently picked up a game you haven't played since 2011? Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm doing with Ratchet and Clank and Rivet King this year. Like, not this year, this week. Because I haven't played Rivet King since I was in elementary school. And I haven't played Ratchet and Clank, the first one, since elementary school either. So, that's over 20 years ago that I played those. Or around 20 years ago. Space Marine was that long? Yeah, apparently, if Steam is correct on the last... Yeah, it says last played July 17, 2025. Yeah. Well, Holocure, I'm going to play Commons, especially since they teased the new update. They said the next update is going to have 9 new members, and a lot of members are going to get reworked. So this is making me want to play it again. I also have 54 out of 97 achievements. I want an achievement hunt again. Though you have to clear the Tower of Suffering to get one of the achievements, so... Yeah. That's your birthday? Oh, nice and nice. Come birthdays. Yeah. Never played Ratchet and Clank at all, but you have the first game in your game shelf of recommendations from friends you trust. Yeah, Ratchet and Clank is really fun. I don't know how well the PlayStation 2 games will have aged gameplay-wise, but I remember loving them so much. So I'm excited, but also a tiny bit scared that I won't love them as much as I did when I was a kid. But at the same time, they were really, really good combos. I'm crossing my fingers. I remember them also being very goofy, fun plot-wise, so I'm excited. And then the PlayStation 3 games, the Future Trilogy, I played those in junior high school, so that's only 15 years ago? No. Is it 15 years since junior high school? It's like 16, 17, 18 years now, but... we can pretend it hasn't been that long, Kamos. I'm excited. It will be like re-experiencing my childhood games, which that's always scary. It's the same reason why I haven't rewatched the prequel Star Wars movies, because I really liked the first one of the prequel Star Wars movies. Like, I really, really liked it when I was a kid, and I've heard that one isn't like considered good. So I'm scared to rewatch it. Not that I don't like necessarily always like dislike movies that people genuinely dislike. Sometimes like my favorite movies out of something, or my favorite games out of something, is like the ones that are considered like weaker out of a series. Like, I'm the same with Subnautica, for example. Like, a lot of people like would say that maybe Subnautica 1 is like a 10 out of 10 game, but I feel like the same people would rank Subnautica Below Zero as like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Versus for me, they're both 10 out of 10 games, but I would rank Subnautica Below Zero actually a tiny bit higher because I really enjoyed the story in it. And I know the story elements that I really liked in Subnautica Below Zero were some people's least favorite thing about the game. So... Why is it when you have a rare time you can watch me, you get reminded that you're aging? Don't worry about it, it's fine. Also, I know how to pronounce trilogy, Kamos. If you're newer here, Kamos, so in Norway, you learn English starting in basically first grade elementary school. Like, it's like Babu Babu level English that I had when I was younger. But you learn English really early, and then I started reading like fantasy books in English when I was in elementary, junior high school. I started gaming by playing games in English when I was younger. Like, I played through Pokemon Yellow, early elementary school, in English, and that was like part of my learning. So a lot of the times, like when I grew up, I would like encounter English and maybe like say English words to myself, but it was more like of an isolated learning where you don't use it much in the day-to-day. But some words still have gotten like entrenched in my brain. And I didn't start speaking English regularly until I started VTubing 4 years ago. So because I have that like English language like basis entrenched in my brain without having used it, there are some words that have gotten wrongly entrenched in my brain that I only learned after VTubing aren't pronounced how I say them. Triology is one of them. Triology, which I know is trilogy, and I can say trilogy, but my brain rejects it. My brain wants to say triology, so I've just been like, I'm just not even trying. And also why sometimes I pronounce J words as Y words, like you can see me, jungle and jungle, I switch like on a 50-50 basis. Video games. Like the pronunciation of the V versus W and the J versus J. Those are partially a Norwegian thingy. With Norway pronouncing J words with more for what would be a Y sound in English. So you'll hear me switch Y and J. In some words, you'll hear me use a V instead of a V. In some words that are supposed to have the V. Triology would be more logical. Yes, it would be more logical. It just makes sense. Triology. Yes, yeah, Jess. So yeah, so that's a little explanation for newcomers why sometimes some words are sound off. But I've decided to embrace it. I will say though, if I'm pronouncing a word to such a degree wrong that it loses all meaning and you guys don't understand what I'm saying, which that happens occasionally, and that is very hazakashi embarrassing for me. If that happens, you're allowed to correct me, and I will do my best to relearn the word. And sometimes I just forget how certain words are pronounced. But yeah, so then I'll do my best to correct it. But if not, I'll just keep it. Also, Shinya, welcome back to the Kamo Squad. You have understood like 99% of all the words I say? Yeah, and then I throw random Japanese words in there. Or even rarer, random Norwegian word. And that's fine. Remember to never correct me? No. If I'm saying words completely wrong, then you can connect me. It has a Petter Solberg charm to it, don't fix it. Oh, didn't he have like a really broken English when he had interviews? If you don't know who that is, I think that's the Norwegian rally driver. Pretty famous within Norway. Try for tree and logi for story. Greek originally, yeah. Trilogy. How do you guys say crayon? Oh, the Norwegian word for crayon? That is, I think, Tegnestift. I think crayon is Tegnestift. So I might be wrong because I really use crayons. If I was going to color, I would use pencils, like blyant, which is the Norwegian word for pencil, or coloring pencil, which is fargeblyant. Yeah. Even as a native English speaker with no other language fluency, you remember reading a lot at a young age and having the wrong ideas on how words you only ever saw written are pronounced? Yeah, exactly. Oh, Petter Solberg got famous for his English. That was way off, but still on point. Ah, I see. Crayon is a word that's pronounced like 5 different ways depending on where you are. Is it? I've only heard the crayon one, I think. Crayon. Yeah. One syllable versus two? Oh. Regional pronunciation. Crown and crown. Whoa. I'm learning. Yeah, regional pronunciations are trippy. I know you also have the mirror. Mirror and mirror. Mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the prettiest of them all? Or mirror, mirror on the wall. Like some words like regionally pronounced different, and then I just pick a random one and I go with it. The US is so large that it has a lot of regional accents. Yeah. Norway is the same. Norwegian has a lot of regional variations as well, like a ton actually. And some of them actually, like, it's more rare, but some actually has completely different words for some stuff. There's more ways to say mirror? Yeah. There is. But I'm just like, don't worry about it. As long as we can all understand each other, that's what's important. Hey, yeah. And then sometimes it's easy to forget words. Then you just go like, that thingy. That is the thingy. And it's like, you can describe it, but you don't remember the exact word. Also, I'm extra sleepy. Like, my head feels heavy. Just remember that Norway in its entirety would fit inside Texas with room to spare. Would it? Not lengthwise though. You would have to chop Norway up into pieces, I would think. Because Norway is a very long country. It's just really, really thin at places. Bottom heavy and thin at the top. Yeah, that is Norway. And then chunky at the top again, but... Yeah, Norway is like a long and skinny country. Almost the same square footage, or like one of the closest like square footage countries with land area is Japan actually, which is interesting. Most of Europe can fit into the US. I mean, it depends on the country probably. Like a melted ladle. That is a description. When will I continue Whispers of the House? Oh, I didn't finish that one? Oh, I thought I finished. Maybe I didn't. I should continue that one then. That one is really fun. The variation of dialects depends more on time and travel barriers than pure surface. Yeah, that's why you have so many... we talked about this in my Norwegian learning stream, I think. But that's why there's so many... you thought it'd be the main story? I thought so too. But that's why there's so many dialects in Norway, is because Norway, like, before airplanes, has a lot of mountains and valleys. So many mountains and valleys. So, yeah. Oh yeah, I got the ending, yeah. So, okay, so I have finished that one. I did finish Whisper of the House. Okay. I was like, I'm not crazy, right? But I am also sick today, so I have a little bit of impaired memory and brain capacity. But yeah, all the fjords and valleys and rivers and forests and stuff like that makes traveling through Norway harder if you're doing it on the ground level, and makes places that are close, like if you just put like 2 dots between each other on the map, might look close, but they could have like a river and mountains between them. Yeah. Yeah, I do think there's like hundreds plus like smaller and bigger dialects in Norway. Like some are very widespread, some are very small. But if you're watching like Norwegian like talk shows or like programming, you usually hear a lot of different dialects. Though I just phased them out because I've talked about this, but I'm partially dialect blind. I had a friend in junior high school that she would come over occasionally and visit and like play games with me. And one time, my mom, this was not while she was there, my mom didn't ask in front of my friend, but one time my mom was like, "Oh, where is your friend from?" And I was like, "From school." and she was like, but where is she from? And I was like, "From this city that we live in, I think." And then she was like, "But she doesn't sound like she's from here." And I was like, "What do you mean?" It's like, she sounds normal. And my mom was like, "If she really doesn't." I was like, so apparently I don't notice a lot of dialects, is what I'm getting at. Like, apparently my friend had a dialect. I don't remember what dialect she has, because again, for me, she just sounded normal. But I just face it out. So I talked about this in the past, but one of my greatest moment of terror in high school. This was like later. I'm dialect blind, but in high school, I think this was third year Norwegian class, so like the final year of Norwegian class, because high school in Norway is 3 years. The final year of Norwegian class, we had like a section about dialects, and then suddenly our teacher at the time, he was like, "Oh, and yeah, in a couple of weeks we're going to have an oral dialect exam where you guys will have to like one-on-one listen to some dialects and then say where they're from." And I was like, no. No. It's like, you know, the "Hello darkness, my old friend," like black and white rain, like that was like me internally when I heard that. I was like, oh no, that's evil, because I'm very, very, very dialect blind. Like I can pick out some obvious dialects, but I think he would probably have thrown some cruel stuff in there. He was a great teacher, but he was also like, did not hold back on tests. Come on. Capsation. Welcome back to the Camo Squad. What grade up did I end up getting for that? That is when my incredible duck luck shot in, Camels. And the week of the exam, it got cancelled. I don't remember why, but it got cancelled and we never had to do it. And I was like, yay! So no impact on my overall Norwegian grade, which I think I had an A. I think I had an A in Norwegian. I either had an A or a B. How am I so lucky? I don't know, but I was really lucky that time. I was like, my grade is preserved. I think I had an A. I think final year of high school, I had an A in Norwegian. And then maybe second to final, I had something else. Also, do you remember that Norwegian school's curve grade and getting an A is hard, Camels. Only like the top 5 to maybe top 10% of a class will get an A in any subject. So it was really tough. What would be a B in Norwegian schools would probably universally be an A in US schools. And then what is the C in Norway is probably like B, C in the US. Yeah. And I'm feeling sick, but not super bad. But hi for jumping in. How difficult is the Norwegian language? It gets progressively more difficult by the fact that we have 2 writing systems. Did we have to learn both the bokmål and nynorsk in school? Yes, we did have to learn both grammatical systems in school, and I will say that usually the way they thought it was that you had the second grammatical system occasionally, like once a month or once every 2 months, you would have it in high school. Like you would have like a Norwegian lesson focused on that second grammatical system. But it would just count as part of your Norwegian grade. But there's a second but. You could get pulled out in final year exams, because the way Norwegian high schools work is you get a grade in each subject, which you have like tests, and then usually like a bigger test at the end of the subject, and then you get a grade. And participation in your class and how you do your homework also factors in. But that's like the overall grade that you get. It's like the you know, a more of an overall one. But then at the end of high school, or at the end of year 1, year 2, and year 3 of high school, at the end of every study year, you could get pulled out in exams, like major capital letter exams. And those exams that you have there, all of those grades for any of the exams you have during year 3, like major exams you have during your 3 years of high school, those grades all go on your like final you graduated high school exam like grade sheet, where all your subject grades go. You also get these exam grades, and they count towards your grade point average, which is what you apply to university with. So what you get like pulled out for in the major exams is really, really important. The way they would do it is they would gather everyone in my high school in like the biggest open area that the high school has, and they would like call out classes or call out names, and they would be like, the people that get pulled out, like in this class, this list of people gets pulled out in X exam, and they would like go through there, and everyone would be like nervous wreck, being like, please don't pull me out in this thing, please pull me out in this other thing instead. Sounds like the Hunger Games, yeah. Actually, I have to find... Can I find my... I think they have it digitally. Let me see. I might be able to like log in electronically and see if I can get it. Give me a second, Kamals. Let me see if I can log in and find it. So I have to do like my ID thingy to do this. Oh wait, there we go. Okay, number. I still have it, like it's digital. I have a physical copy somewhere. I have no idea where, but they also have it digitally because a lot of stuff like this is digital nowadays. There we go. I see it logging on. Is it in here? Documentation. Oh, it's in here. I graduated in 2013 from high school. I kind of forget some of the exams I got pulled out in. Okay, so let's see. So I'm looking at all my grades here. Oh, and I could see how many days of I was absent from school. These are also like where you have like a valid reason for your doctor to be away. So apparently in the first year of high school, I was away for 16 days and 4 hours. Second year of high school, I was away from 19 days and 8 hours. And third year of high school, I was only away from 11 days and 11 hours. They track this. They track that quite extensively. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to see what exams... Oh, here we go. Here I see my exam. So basically the way they list this is they have a list of the subjects, and there's like 2 columns to the right of the subject. One is what they call standpunktskarakter, which is the character for the grade, so you have that in all subjects. But they also have a second column called exam grade, and those ones, most subjects don't have a grade there. But you will have a grade for the ones where you got pulled out. The ones where you got pulled out in an exam. So let me see. Oh, I didn't get pulled out in an exam my first year. My second year, I only got pulled out in one exam. Which was Spanish. and Spanish was a not a weak subject for me. It's one of my weaker subjects. I'll just say it. It was one of my weaker subjects. That year, apparently, I got a 5 in my grade, which 5 is like equivalent to a weaker A. And then I got a 4 on my exam, which is the equivalent of like a BC, I would say. With your best Spanish? No, it's really bad, Camels. And then, in my 3rd year, this is the one thing I've talked about on stream. Actually, I didn't have Spanish at the same time, because the 3 exams I got in the same week, Camels. I got pulled out in Norwegian writing, Norwegian, like, side... Oh, actually, wait, you did have Norwegian... like the side writing as a separate grade. I forgot. I thought it was baked in the normal one, but no, it was actually a separate grade. But I got pulled in out in both the different Norwegian grammatical forms, plus International English, which was an advanced English class I was in. So I was pulled out in all of those in the same week. So 3 grammatical systems that I had to practice and have written exams in the same week. 2 of those right after each other. I think I had like Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. I think I had something like that. It was really messed up. And I got a 5, which is in week A. In my normal English, I got a 3. It's the only 3, Camels, which is kind of a D. It's my only D equivalent from my entire high school grades. My only 3. I hate it. I wouldn't have had a 3 if they didn't pull me out in caramel fudge. 2nd version Norwegian grammatical system writing, because I'm so bad at it. So I got it. That grade haunts me, Camels. It's haunted me all the way since high school. And then I actually got in International English, like the advanced English. I got a 5, which is a weak A. Was that pretty happy about. Some of these actually have different oral and written grades. I kind of forgot that we did, but apparently they did. It's only in a couple of subjects. In Norwegian, we had a Norwegian written grade and an oral grade, like this random, like standardized grade. And I had a 5 weak A in the written, and then a 6 strong A in the oral. 5 is a B. No, Camels. I had to do this conversion because I once considered applying for whatchamacallit, study abroad in university to American colleges, and for literally for this is like if you're comparing it to US grades, which I know a lot of you guys are US or like know the US grading system more than you would know the Norwegian, which is why I'm translating to that. And just overall in Norway, even like you could say if you're going to just like translate the grades like with just numbers, a 6 would be an A, a 5 would be a B, a 4 would be a C, etc. But I'm talking like in grading, in actual grading practices. And the way that Norway and US do grading practices is different. Like 6s or like A's in Norway are only like because they do curve grading, which means they grade the performance in a class on a curve. So if you're getting an A in Norway, that's usually the top 5% of a class, sometimes top 10%. But they usually, yeah, so it's like in Switzerland, yeah, probably. They usually like keep the percentages of 6s like pretty down. 5s they can be more generous with, but 4 is considered, or like 4/C is considered the average in Norway. Which is why if you're applying for a master's degree in Norwegian university, you just need a C average from your bachelor's. So this is pretty fascinating. Yeah. But yeah, so if if you have an exam in Norway, and this will be on like the grading stuff where they tell you like what you have to do to achieve certain grades on exams. In general, if you have an exam in Norway and you do exactly what they want, like this is in high school and university kind of both. If you perform exactly how they want, but no more or no less, like you're not doing anything spectacular, but you're not having anything lacking. If you do exactly what you ask for, then you get a C. That's like the standard. Yeah. You'd also get rounded down if you're 1 point below a 4. Yeah, exactly. The C's get degrees, as the saying goes. Yeah, exactly. And there's nothing wrong with getting C's, which they kind of like try and hammer into you in university, in Norway and in high school, kind of. In high school, actually, they do more say you have to perform better if you want to get into certain university degrees, because some of them have ridiculous grade point averages to get in, because they're very popular. But after you get in, you can just get whatever grade. But if you perform like better than average, you're doing like, ooh, this student did some extra stuff, or like, ooh, we like this extra much, then you would get a 5. If you get a 6, then you've like above and beyond performance. It's like they couldn't like imagine that anyone could do anything else. That's how you get like a 6 or an 8 in Norway. Yeah. This convo made you go and look at your high school grades too. I'm sure they weren't that bad. I can tell you the subjects where I actually got an A in high school if you guys want to. The ones I got 6s in, because I have them here now. I'm probably not going to bring this up on like this is my actual like vitnemål, which is what I'm looking at, which is what it's called, like your high school like grade sheet. This is the official one, like the one I got when I finished high school. Yeah. But do you want to know, Camels? If you don't want to know, then I'm not going to like torture you by making you sit through it. When you went at the showman school, you didn't get an A before you got over 96% at an exam. Yeah, that checks out with a lot of Norwegian grading from what I've seen. Why not? Okay, so I wonder if these are the subjects that you think I would get an A in. So some of these subjects, okay, so this is a little bit interesting as well. In some subjects, you will get in grade like every single year if you have the subject every single year. In other subjects, you only get a grade your final year. And some subjects, you only had your first year or second year or third year respectively in high school. So some of these grades, this one, for example, I got first year of high school because I only had the subject in question first year of high school. So first year of high school, I got a 6 or an A. I'll just say A. It's just easier. I got an A in English. This was basic English. This was not my advanced English class, but I got an A in English, which we only had for 1 year, which was the first year. That perhaps is unsurprisingly, because I was reading a lot of English literature way since I was in junior high school and stuff, and watching a lot of English media. And then I got an A in my second year mathematics, which was practical mathematics. And then the next A here is first year science, because I only had science 1 year. I got an A in science, and then I got an A in Norwegian oral, not Norwegian written, in my third year of high school. I got 2 A's. So this is the final exam I didn't talk about. But when you go high school in Norway, you actually go different specializations. So you can go high school with a sport focus, you can go high school with an art focus, you could do like media, more like journalistic high school, you can go like music and dance high school. Like there's a lot of specialties. I went high school focused on like regular subjects plus art. So I had 2 art subjects throughout all 3 years of high school. And in the one that was more like drawing and painting focused, I got a 6 in my final year, an A. And I also got pulled out in an exam, which was a really cool exam. It was a painting exam. that lasted I think 4 or 5 hours, and then you had an oral defense of your artwork afterwards, that you did the same day, but you had to wait and do it like one by one. And I got a A on that as well, so I got double A's, and I think those were all my A's. I didn't have a lot of A's really, but I had a lot of 5s, which would be like weaker A's or high B's, depending on how you translate it to English. 5s I think was, yeah, most of my subjects really. So it was my regular Spanish grade, geography was 5, history was 5, my high theoretical mathematics was 5, Norwegian written, both like as a grade and as an exam, was 5, religion was 5, my art classes, the painting one, year 1 and 2 was 5s, and then my other art class, which was more like design and architecture, I got 5 all 3 years. I had 2 like optional different like art classes. The one was like more like scenography and costume, and the other one was like photography and print. Both of those I got 5s. International English, that one is also another little like blemish on my record, because I got a 5 on the oral, I got a 5 on my written exam, but my written grade is a 4. And I remember when I got that grade, because our teacher, like she didn't have to do this. She could have just like given us the grade, like we could have just gotten it on our record and she didn't have to say anything. But she pulled us out one by one at the end of the school year for my advanced English class, and she gave us all like the grade and the reasoning. And she was like, you're at the level of a 5 now at the end of the school year, but earlier in the school year your level was lower, so you equal out to a 4. But she was like, if I had given you your grade like based on only the final like performances and tests and stuff and like papers, then you would have gotten the 5s. I was like, so close. I will also say, like, even though it's not a big blemish, I am super salty about my 5 in religion combos, and I will admit this is a really petty saltiness, because both me and because my religion teacher did the same. This was also religion we had only in the final year of high school, and the teacher in that subject, she also pulled everyone out in the class and gave us our grades individually. And I had begged her, that teacher, I begged her through multiple times of the year to be able to take notes on my computer, because we had like school laptops. And in most classes we were allowed to take notes on that. But she was very like staunchly non-computer, non-screen for her classes. Which is like understandable. Like some people do goof off more on their computers when they can, but the problem is this teacher, and because religion is such like you get like information thrown at you and you have to memorize it for a test type of subject. It's very much like a memorization type of subject. This teacher would give so much information every single class that you were supposed to write out and memorize, and I would write notes like crazy and could not keep up with her speaking level. So that's why, like, multiple times throughout the year, I was like, please, I just want to take notes on my computer. And she was like, no screen. And then at the end of the year, she was like, yeah, you were one of the most serious students in the class. I wish I gave you permission to take notes on the computer because you were really close to an A. And I was like, I didn't say that, obviously. I was like, yeah, I wish you had let me take notes. But internally, I was like, I told you! I was so salty because she acknowledged it. She was like, yeah, you probably would have taken notes seriously, and you were so close to it. And I was like, what religion were we studying? Oh, just all of them. The religion study was just like in religion and ethics study. Like it was like philosophy as well and stuff. And I was like, if only you had let me take notes. That would live with you for the rest of your days. I'm valid? Yeah. Did I have a laptop in all 3 years of high school? Oh, it was like a school rental laptop. Like you rented it from the school. So everyone like delivered like their laptops back to the school at the end of high school. Or I think we gotta keep... Did we get to keep them? I don't remember. But they were pretty crappy laptops. So it's not like you were going to be gaming on them either. It's like basically useful for taking notes and looking up things on the internet. But yeah, so that was... I'm super salty about that one. I have a couple of grades that I'm salty about. I was also really close to... I have a 4 or like C, low B in gym from high school, but I was really close to a 5 there as well. But I wasn't like I'm kind of like a hikikomori already in high school, so I wasn't the most sporty person in my class. So we got a test at the end of our final year of gym in high school, and they were like, if you can do this running thingy, like there was like a course we had to run. It was like a pretty big course we had to run, and they were like, if your time is low enough, you will, and you were like between 2 grades, you will go up a grade. You will get the higher grade. And I didn't manage to meet the required times. I was like, it's a pain. But that one is what it is. I'm not as salty as about that one. I will say my other saltiest grade is my social science grade and my history grade, because I really like history, and social science is also kind of cool. But I've talked about the teacher I had in this subject before, because that is the worst teacher that I've had out of any teacher in any class at any level of school, university included, elementary school included. Because that's the one teacher I talked about that would just talk about his own vacations with his wife. I know what his wife was wearing in the line to visit the Vatican when he went to Italy with his wife once. It was one of my vivid memories from the class. And then also just him talking about like a lot of other random stuff that he wanted to talk about, and then not, you know, history and social science. And he was my teacher in both of those subjects. I tried switching away from his class. I went to the school administration and like asked if there was any other classes running for the subject at the same time I could switch over to, but there wasn't. So I was stuck. And that was really hard to learn, because again, half of the classes was not the subject. And wouldn't you know it, he was the favorite teacher of like the 3 students in my class that loved slacking off and barely paid attention in class. They were like, oh yeah, we love that guy. And I was like, so I have a 5 in history and a 4 in social sciences, because history was at least easier to read up on your own from the book. But social sciences, like, they want to teach you stuff that just isn't like necessarily, like, the tests aren't necessarily just straight out of the book. So when you have a teacher like that in social science, it's really hard. It's really, really hard. Yeah. So yeah, so that's, I think, yeah, the classes where I had 4s or like quote unquote like high C's, low B's were the advanced English written, which I was so close to 5, social sciences with a crap teacher. It was my written subject grade, not exam grade, in the side Norwegian, and it was written Spanish exam and gym. Those are my only 4s, and then my only one shameful 3. But yeah, so I had pretty decent grades out of high school, but I was also a pretty studious student. I was generally a good test taker in high school and university. Like, as long as I actually, you know, read up the subject in the book, as long as I paid attention and took notes in classes, I generally did pretty well on tests, which was favorable for grades in most of my classes. Yeah. Which did let me get into the like, obviously I'm not a lawyer, almost, but now I'm VTubing full time. But the work that I had before VTubing wasn't like a lawyer or a dentist or a doctor or anything, and those are usually in Norway the subjects that are the hardest to get into, like the most competitive. Like if you want to get into those subjects like straight out of high school, you have to have like all A's. It has to be like all 6s and maybe a couple of 5s, but preferably it has to be all 6s because they are so competitive that it's insane. It's crazy. You don't think I'd be able to work from home as a doctor? Yeah, because I did have home office for my work. It's more of the work I had was more comparable to kind of like a office lady work. Yeah. But yes, I didn't study medicine or anything. But my grade point average was pretty decent out of high school, so I was able to very easily get into the major that I had for my bachelor's and my master's, which was nice because it's nice like being like, oh, when I apply to this, I'll probably get in. Office lady detective, yeah, but now full-time duck detective. Yeah. You had a teacher who worked actively on a ship during your school years. He was gone 7 weeks, came back 3 weeks, and then gone 7 weeks again the whole school year. Whoa, and then he was pissed when you wanted him gone? That's crazy. Only there 30% of the time? But yeah, so that was my school grades. High school was a pretty chill time for most of it because, as I said, I studied like subjects with an art specialty, like in addition to like regular subjects, and it was a smaller class because it wasn't one of the popular specialties. Like the more popular ones was, I want to say, the music and acting specialties in high school. Like those are really popular in Norway. You usually have to take I had a couple of people in my junior high school class that applied and got into them. One of them was a girl in my junior high school class that had played piano since she was little, so she was really good. And she had to take a piano audition to get in. I also had a couple of other people in my junior high school class that I think got into that, but they all had to audition. I think there was also a dance elective where you had to do like a dancing audition, so that was pretty hardcore, but I didn't apply to it myself because I was like, I don't think I'll need this. I just wanted my studiekompetanse, which is what you get for like doing the subject specialties. And then I took the one with art classes on the side because I was like, well, art classes would be fun to break up the regular high school monotony, which turned out to be really smart because high school was sometimes boring. But at least I knew that I had 2 art classes a week where you got to do something a little bit more creative. But it wasn't a popular... Oh, I would say also the sports elective was really popular. There was like 2 different sports electives that you could take with regular high school subjects, where you gotta like the classes that I had as extra art classes. Basically, in the sports elective, you would have like different like sport related classes where people could like specialize in the sport. And those were really, really popular and therefore had big classes. Like, I think they had like 30, 35 student classes in each class. But my class was, I think, every year between, I want to say, 12 to 16, 17 people. Like, we had some people, we had at least in my second year, we had a girl that joined, but then she left after the second year and stuff like that. And then we had a couple of students in my class that was like slacking off a lot. And by the third year, they were like barely present. I think one of them actually failed the third year because of too little attendance. But because we had so little students and because it was an art elective and we were expected to like do more art projects and stuff, we got big desks, Kamals. We got, you know, those like small school desks? We got ones which was basically like double, like not the same like height, like going like forward, but the double width desk, so we could like spread out with all our school supplies. And when we had art classes, you actually had room. So that was my favorite part about my high school classes, was the fact that all of us in the class got those big wide desks. And also because we had to keep art supplies. We had like a mandatory amount of like art supplies, like scissors and some paint and stuff we had to get. We also got big lockers in the back of our classroom where you could keep like books and art supplies and stuff. So it was a really nice high school time. And wouldn't you know it, art classes or the art specialty was more popular with girls. So my high school class was, would you guess it, all girls and then one guy. But that one guy was that super slacking off student I talked about, so he only hung out with like the 2 other girls in the class that I think kind of probably had the art selective class as their like 2nd or 3rd choice and didn't get into their first ones. So those 3 were barely present. So I got to hang out with girls throughout the entirety of high school and just have a nice chill high school existence. Like I had 0 drama in my class. We were like half of us were hardcore geeks, like anime and like gaming and manga, or just like art geeks in general. Did we have chemistry? Oh, we just had a regular science class, but it was just my regular class that had that one. We didn't get mixed with any others. Yeah, so that was super nice. I had such a chill high school time. I sadly lost contact with everyone that I had my high school class with because it was more like acquaintances, light friends, and I didn't make any like best friends in the class. But I always had people to hang out with during school recess and stuff. So yeah, it was pretty chill. And I liked my main teachers, like our main like. I don't know how it is in other countries, but in Norway, in junior, like in the elementary, junior high school, and high school, you usually have like a designated teacher that was like the responsible teacher for like your entire stay there. And in our art electives, it was one of our main art teachers that taught one of our art classes, and she was an older lady. I think she was close to retirement age, but she was really nice and also a really homeroom teacher. Yeah, our homeroom teacher. So our homeroom teacher was our art teacher for my favorite art subject, which was the painting and drawing one. So I was super happy. Same in Finland. Ah, nice. Your extra classes were way more boring. You either had to choose extra math or extra literature. That sounds like a pain, yeah. Glad to hear that I enjoyed the school, somewhat jealous. I mean, except for the social studies and history classes, those were a huge pain. Literally a huge pain, but... No, it was one teacher for the entire class. That was just like... She was like our homeroom teacher that we had to go to with any like general concerns or stuff like that. Or would notify us if we had too many absences and be like, you have to talk to the school administration or stuff. But the subject she taught was only art. But she was super skilled and super nice, and I liked her. Yeah, like kind of like a counselor type thing. But we also had other like admin counselors at the school that was more like generally like responsible for admin stuff. But she was the one that was like our class person, kind of. It was kind of that way in college for you, mostly girls, and you barely showed up, but 0 geeks, people just like to drink and party. Your friend group were all people from different careers. Ah, I see. The goofing off. Yeah, I will say in university we didn't have like a teacher that was responsible for the class. It was way more hands-off. Like, university in Norway is very hands-off. The teachers are just like, you guys gotta show up to classes, and you have to show up to X amount of classes per year, but it's your responsibility. If you don't, we're not going to hold your hand. So they go like completely hands-off in university. Which is understandable, because I went from being in like a 15 and 16 people class in high school to being in a class with over 100 students in university. So following up on 100 students has gotta be a pain. Somewhat similar where you are as well. Yours was the same way, yeah. And they're like, you're adults now. You gotta do some adulting. Same where you are. University is voluntary after all. If you don't put in the work, why are you even there? Exactly. Yeah. I will say, I think my my university class during my bachelor's, it was like 130 something people at the start of my first year, and at the end of my final year I think we were 80 or 90. So we had a significant amount of drop off throughout the year, like throughout the years of my bachelor's. And I went on and took the master's in the same subject, and my master's class was varied wildly from subject to subject that I took during my master's. But it was everything from 10 to 25 people max. So I went back to kind of like high school size classes again in the master's degree, because the master's degree people was the people that was like really interested in seriously studying further. You love that, to be honest. The law teachers were chill, even if you barely showed up, as long as you did well. Oh, that's pretty good. Slightly better than your subject with a 95% drop off. That's crazy. Then you would go from 100 people class to like 5 people. Same at your bachelor's, you were 300 people at the beginning, then approximately 220 to 200 finished after 3 years. Yeah, seems to be a not uncommon drop off then. You wish you weren't so poor and lucky. I will say a big perk in Norway for university is that university is not like it's kind of free. You get student loans, which are pretty easy to get, that cover your like living and food and like book costs usually, as long as you can get an affordable student housing. And then the semester price for university is like $50, and that's like a $5 university fee and like a $40 print fee that you get in printing credits at the library with your library card. So it's kind of free, but you have to buy the books, but usually your student loan can cover the books. And if you live away for university, which most people do, and you complete university within a reasonable time, like you don't drop out, then you get converted. I think it's 30 or 40%. 30 or 40% of your student loan gets converted to a scholarship after you complete it, which I think is a pretty decent system, because then you're incentivized to complete at least a year. I think if you complete your year, and even if you drop out of the study, then your student loans for that year gets converted to a scholarship. So it kind of incentivizes you to at least like complete the year that you started, and also to complete the degrees that you started. So I'm pretty happy with that system. As long as you aren't silly and apply for a ton of student loan to buy alcohol, then you're completely fine. Yeah. Your country paid 4 of your 5 academic years, bachelor's and master's altogether. Ooh, that's even nicer. But yeah, I think Norway has a pretty decent system, so most people are able to get higher education if they want to. Though again, it does depend on if your grades can get you into the university degree that you want. If you want to study psychology or a law degree or like a doctor, like medicine degree, then or dentistry, or I think veterinarian science. There's a lot of different ones that are really hard to get into, where you have to work your booty off in high school grade wise. But yeah, I liked my time. I liked my time in university, but that's also at the end of university, my brain was just done with studying and stuff. I was so done when I was like finished writing my master's degree. I just wanted to throw it in the fire rather than handing it in. Is actuarial science a thing during my time? Like, I mean, I'm probably a subject in Norway, I would think. Your university was pretty cheap money-wise, but you had to pay... you had to pay with your soul! What does that mean? That sounds scary. Your brain was paced by the end? Yeah, my brain was so paced. The last year of my master's degree really dragged on. You have to go to your undergrad during COVID. So that was an interesting time. Ooh, I can only imagine. Yeah, I dodged out of COVID university, but yeah, that sounds pretty rough. If any of you did that, big head pats. Yeah. Your braids broke during uni, forced you to drop out, and you're still recovering. Oh, big head pats. Yeah, university is not for everyone, and honestly, in some fields, in some work fields, like practical skills means more than an actual degree. Your wallet broke during uni. Yeah. Yeah. Water. COVID times was kind of sad for students, but great for academics. I mean, probably for people that just want to do research and work on their own, it was probably pretty good. But yeah, students, I'm assuming, had it rough. You're working during COVID and you had a lot of overtime? Yeah. I will say, I also worked during COVID, but it was regular work, and for me, it was pretty okay. It was pretty okay in the work that I had. Yeah, though at the time, I don't think I had home office. No, I just had regular office. Yeah. Headpats and hugs to everyone that's suffering from studying. Yeah, many headpats and hugs. Studying can be really rewarding and really fun at times, but it can also be mind-numbingly brain-breaking. It was a strange time with COVID, yeah. I do miss one thing. I talked about this before, but I miss one thing from COVID, and that's how hygienic everyone was out in public. Like, maybe everyone was like more than what would be required regularly, but I do really wish they kept those little like spritzing hand thingies at the entrance of every store, because I feel like that's just a great deterrent from getting general colds and general flus, especially during regular flu season, which if I have a cold or flu right now, I might have picked it up at the grocery store. Like, I don't know. That's the most likely thing. So I'm just like, please just give us back the hand spritzers. I would use them like when going in and out of the store, and then also wash my hands when I got back home. And it was so nice seeing everyone do that. Most people were hygienic, but definitely not everyone. But more than people are being hygienic right now, because now it's pretty much back to pre-COVID in the area where I live in. So it is what it is. No, these people just cough without covering their faces right in front of you. No! People should at least cough into their elbows. That's just common courtesy. And cough into their elbows and not their hands. Yeah, or into their shoulder, like leaned over to the side. Yeah. At least it's become a bit more acceptable to wear masks. Yeah, I do think that's a positive thing. Like, if you're sick yourself, like if you're going around coughing, I feel like it's more acceptable to wear masks in public. You sneeze in the air, sneeze into your elbow. Sneeze into your elbow, Camos. Or your shoulder if you don't want to sneeze into your elbow. But it's better. If you're at home, you can sneeze into the air. But if you're in public, just sneeze into your elbows. People sneeze and cough in your face, and by people you mean your nieces and nephew. They're usually why you get sick. Yeah, kids. Kids go to the melting pot that is called kindergarten and elementary school. That's not too surprising. So yeah, sorry about the yawns. What if you want to share your sickness? No! No, Camos! Keep your sickness to yourself! And then recover and become healthy again. Nice and healthy. Also, hi for dropping in. Kankanana. Kamamos. My kitty kamamos. Thank you for being so sweet and keeping me company when I'm sick. Sharing is caring, not sharing that. Happy for your Annie. Oh wait, you're late? You are not completely late because I was sick for my anniversary celebration yesterday. We're doing anniversary 2.0 celebration on Saturday the 13th, where hopefully I won't be sick anymore, so I can do the spin the wheel karaoke celebration and stuff. So, yeah. Is it worth it to buy a full box of cards? That depends on which TCG you're talking about. It heavily depends on the TCG. Yeah. But yeah, we'll do the 2.0 celebration. Oh, and also, you want to know something really sweet, Camels? I got a message from Refla Mama also because she was sending me the new hair, for the new update and stuff. But she also sent me a message. Like, I got it like super early this morning, so I saw when I woke up. And she was like, oh no, why didn't you tell me it was your anniversary? I should have stopped by. Because she saw my anniversary post. And then I said I was doing my 2.0 anniversary on the 13th, and she said she might stop by then. I said, it made me super happy. She's such a sweet VTuber mama. I love her so much. She's so sweet, yeah. So maybe we'll see Refla Mama on the anniversary 2.0 celebration. She likes stopping by for the big thingies, and I've never had a VTuber mama who's done that before. So I'm just like, she's so cute. Seems time for you to get some rest. Oh, get some good rest. Ip camels. Refla love, yeah. She's a huge sweetie. Good mama always checks on their children, yeah. Oh, sorry for the yawns. It's just my brain requires a lot of sleep. When I get sick, when I get sick, I get very sleepy. Even more than usual. Also, Unity-chan, thank you for the 20 coins. Arigato. Happy belated 4-year anniversary. So many years and you're still in it with so much heart and commitment. Looking forward to many more. I missed yesterday's stream because of some hiccup with your travel home. Oh no, I hope you didn't have a lot of time on public transport, because that is very exhausting. Yeah, thank you. As I said, we'll do that. We'll do the anniversary 2.0, so we'll get another chance to celebrate where I'm not a lippy. If I can't find a game to replace the fighting game on Thursday, why not some of my Plomo backlogs? Oh, that's a good idea. We'll see how I'm feeling. Like, honestly, I was considering a hang cam for today, like just opening some cards and chilling. But at the same time, I was like, I don't know how I would feel up to knitting and stuff, so I just did the chatting stream. Your apartment key was broken, and you needed family to provide you with their spare. Whoa, that is other types of anxiety. Well, I will say, while my mom was still living in the vicinity where I lived, and she didn't live in a different country, I usually had her keep my spare apartment key. But right now, I just have both of them on my keychain. Which I've been thinking if I should like hide my spare somewhere outside. But that feels so risky somehow. Like, if someone was really determined and was like digging around people's houses, like they could find a spare key. But I've been thinking of like, what if I forget or like lose my key somewhere? Then I lose both of them because I have both the copies together. But it wouldn't really matter if I left my spare key inside, because I lock my door every time I go out, so then my spare key would be locked inside. So it's like, well, what do I do? I do have like a little outside storage room that is also locked with a key. So what I was thinking of, I could hide my spare key somewhere in my outside storage room, and then I could hide my storage room key outside, because I don't really have anything of value in my storage room. It is mostly full of empty cardboard boxes from like the furniture that I got after the move, and moving boxes that I still gotta break down, but I can't put them all in the paper trash because it doesn't have room. But I should gradually empty that for cardboard. But they make little lock boxes to hide keys, but those are so easy to smash, Camels. Those feel like they're so easy to smash. I do not trust those lock boxes. Just have like a hammer, just go boop boop, like the plastic ones especially, and then they have your key. Why not give it to my sister for safekeeping? We did not live in the same city, Camels. I would rather talk to my upstairs neighbor and ask if she could keep it for me. But I don't know how much I trust her. I've only talked about... Like, I only talked to her a little bit. Do people break into apartments in Europe? Considering my apartment porch door was unlocked for the first 9 months where I lived there because I thought it was locked and it wasn't. It should be fairly safe where I live. Because someone could have just walked inside and just taken everything, but they didn't, so that's good. But yeah, I still would like to like keep my doors locked and keep my keys safe. You would trust Tomo with the key? The cats would probably try and eat them, Camels. I don't trust them with the keys. Also, they're inside the apartment, so if they had the keys and I lock it, then I have the same trouble. Tip the keys to the ceiling, then never see it. No one looks up. But I'm too short to reach the ceiling, Camels. Then I would need a ladder. Robbers everywhere, be careful. Yeah. It's like, even though it's relatively safe, like, you never know. You never know. Just like me, the burglars thought the porch door was locked. Yeah, this burglars wouldn't think that the porch door would be open. Maybe give it to my aunt. True. But I would rather have it somewhere nearby. Also, let me see. Is paper trash being emptied soon? Because if it's being emptied soon, I should put in an alert on my phone. Let me do that. I think it's not too long of a time until paper trash is emptied. Tomato kudasai, Camels. Come on, Mons. Give me a second. I'm just going to put in an alert. It says... Take out paper trash. Because I like going out the day before the paper trash is emptied, seeing how much space there is in the paper trash, and then I can take some cardboard from my storage room and just stuff it in there. Because the big paper thingy, like all the trash thingies, are shared with some of the apartments that are in my apartment building, so I can't like fill it up all on my own. I mean, I could, but that wouldn't be nice. One time, wait, how can I... Oh, there we go. There's the calendar. And then it should be this day. Okay. Okay, I'm putting an alarm on for it. There we go. Oh, wait, no, it wasn't supposed... No, why didn't I not choose this day? Okay. There we go. Okay, now the alarm is set. Share then? Yeah, it's like shared, but not with like too many units, but it's still shared. Yeah, and I don't wanna stuff it full of cardboard. Like, you gotta be considerate of others when you have shared utilities and stuff. Like, is that a utility? Shared renovation? Renovation, I think, is what they call it here. Like renovation, or is like shared trash services. You never get burglars, but in the 24 years you lived where you are now, you had 2 instances. One where someone broke in, and another where they almost did. 10s is low, but never 0. Yeah. Getting those fake rock storage thingies? Ah, true. But then you would trust your neighbors not to remove the rock, and I talked about like the 2 units that have like older ladies living in them around here, right? One of them is my upstairs neighbor, and the other one is like a really chatty older lady that lives in one of the nearby units. And they are both the 2 people in the apartment building that likes puttering around outside. And they will like put out like tables with flower pots on them, and do like general like gardening occasionally and stuff, and things like that. And I feel like they might remove rocks because they have like host off like gravel in the parking lot occasionally, and I've seen them do outside work. So I wouldn't want a chance with something like that. I feel like they would remove it. Older people are always chatty. It's really nice, but dear God, you already wish you had 25 hours in a day. Yeah. Not everyone is older, but it is not untypical. I think they both live alone, which probably contributes to it, but I say that as someone who lives alone. Though I get out all my chatting need. Well, chatting to you guys. This is one of the reasons why now, even though I'm sick, I've been streaming for 2 hours. So, yeah, I can't really judge them too much. Though I do know they both get their children over to visit occasionally. Oh, I have to go. Have a nice day, Camels. Lockpicking people make you lose trust in locks when it comes to lock security. I mean, you would hope not every burglar is a lockpicking genius. Never stopping even while sick. Yeah, gotta get the yapping out. I should learn lockpicking myself in case I lose my key, but then I would need a lockpicking kit. And I don't know if that is legal in Norway, because I know isn't it illegal in some countries? I know like Japan, like unless you are an actual like locksmith, I think having a lockpicking kit is illegal, or like learning lockpicking and things. It might be legal in Norway, but I don't know. But then you would have to keep track of lockpicks. The only locks you know how to pick are the ones with minigames. Yeah, like the Skyrim lockpicks and stuff. Watching Lockpicking Lawyer makes you question why locks exist as a whole. I mean, because most people can't lockpick. Picking your own lock should be okay, but I would have to learn combos. You think lockpicking is legal? You bought some, so yeah. ... I hope it's legal where you are then. Yeah. You have an electronic door lock. Last year when you got home from England from Vexpo at midnight, you went to unlock your door. The lock was out of battery and didn't open. Yeah, I have a regular key lock. I feel like most apartment and houses, at least around where I live, usually have like key locks. I don't think electronic locks have become super commonplace. And also somehow I don't trust the ones that have just like a little chip. Yeah. Oh, you're in Norway and you bought the lockpicks? Oh, then I really hope lockpicking is legal in Norway. Lockpicking is probably legal in most places. What's illegal is using that knowledge to break into places. Yeah. You know, I think breaking into places is pretty universally illegal in most or all countries. I would say all countries, but also I don't know all the laws. There's a lot of laws everywhere, and I only know very few. I don't know a lot of laws in Norway even, because I've never really read up on it. I'm just assuming some things that are common sense are also how laws are. Like those little like video commercials at the start of VHS that was like, you wouldn't steal a car. that was trying to tell you that downloading movies were bad, but like I'm just going out of the common sense that you probably aren't allowed to steal cars because they put the word steal in front of it. That implies taking it. The anti-piracy ad. Yeah, I remember those on VHSs. They were a staple in a lot of the VHSs we had growing up. Turns out you would absolutely download a car. You would download a house. Yeah. True. With today's housing prices, I feel like a lot of people would download a house. The funniest thing about that video is that they steal the fonts for the text. They did? That's crazy. Fun fact, in many countries, breaking out of prison is not illegal. It just doesn't make your previous penalty go away if you get caught. Oh, I see. So you would just be like re-caught. And they would be like, yeah, you gotta serve your sentence. I see. We have to download many cars via games. True. And in some games, you even get to own houses. Is that where the immersion breaks, Kamals? When you can easily acquire and own a house? Or in games like Skyrim, where you can own multiple houses? You're just like, whoa, I'm rich! And all these houses and free real estate. It's not the dragons or the magic or the elves and stuff. It's the house ownership. That's where the immersion goes. Like, you sit there in your own house and you go like, video games might have gone too far. Or it's part of the fantasy. It's the ultimate fantasy game. That's too real, but it is. Like, I'm really lucky that I own my apartment now. But it's only because I moved out in the country where prices were significantly cheaper than the town that I lived in before. So I'm just like, I have acquired not house but apartment ownership, but it's out in the country in the middle of nowhere apartment ownership. Dying in GTA and the hospital bill is only 5k. That is still pretty pricey. The true fantasy is collecting wealth easily. Yeah. I guess honestly, then the true fantasy games are like the city builders and stuff, where you're dealing in real estate and like city stuff. It's nice to get find an affordable place. Yeah. Honestly, my favorite thing and the best part about like owning my apartment, Kamals, is not having to have the chance that you're moving in like 2 months hanging over you at any point, because I had to move 5-6 times in like 5-6 as many years before I got this place, and it was a huge pain. Like when you are in your 20s 30s, you start to accumulate stuff, and moving with a lot of stuff is pain, and also moving with pets is even worse. Right, little Yuki? Little kitty cat? He's like, ooh, I get a head pat? Yes, you get a head pat. Yeah. There we go. Next scritches. Stability is very good. Yeah, stability is great. I love stability. Honestly, it's what I want. Just nice, chill living conditions. Moving without a car and a driver's license is even worse. Yeah, I have a driver's license, but I don't have a car. Did I get a moving company to help me? Yes, with this final move, I did pay for a moving company and it was expensive. But at least they did carry everything out of the apartment and all the way into the new apartment. And they also put the furniture where I wanted them to put the furniture. And they secured everything really nicely, so nothing broke during the move. And I had a couple of cabinets with glass doors on them, so it was a nice moving company, and I paid extra for them to clean out my lost apartment, so I didn't have to go back to my like the other town I lived in and do that. Yeah, and I also paid for a bigger taxi to take me and the cat's day off, and move some like fragile stuff like my computer that I used for streaming and stuff. So I paid quite a bit for, I guess you could say, moving services with my move here, but my mom had already moved countries and couldn't help me, and stuff, and my aunt couldn't help me, so I kind of had to do it on my own. And I was like, well, it's a permanent move now. Yeah, expensive but a convenience. I could not have moved without those moving services. Like, there's no way it would have worked out. Yeah. But yeah, so it went pretty well. Overall, stressful experience. 0 out of 10 would not do again, but at least the people that I was dealing with for it was very professional and nice and stuff. Yeah. Sadly though, this apartment that I moved into, the people that lived here before, that moved out, did not like clean it thoroughly. So like some of the kitchen drawers had I talked about this probably like pretty close after the move, like had like dust, like not like dust but like crumbs and stuff in it, and they ripped some stuff out of the wall, hence that one hole, that one like partially ripped hole in my hallway wall where I think there was like a hanger, a clothes hanger or something like that before. So they left a little bit of like unelegant holes in some of the walls, like not as big as the hallway one, but they definitely just kind of joinked things out and didn't clean properly. So I had to do the deep clean myself, which I'm like, it's fine, but it's annoying. Especially since I paid to have my lost place professionally cleaned, so my former landlord wouldn't have to struggle with that. Because my former landlord, she was really nice. I really don't fault her, because she the reason I had to move from there was my former landlord was selling the house, and she was like living in the main house, like the upper parts, and I lived in the basement apartment. And she was widowed, and when I moved in, she talked about the fact that like she had already considered when she became widowed to sell the house, but she was reluctant to because it's where their kids grew up and where she had lived her entire life, so she had a lot of memories tied to it. But the final winter, like not the winter this year, but the last year, the final winter where I lived there, it's when she lived there, obviously. It was a lot of snow. It was a lot of snow shoveling. And there was also the leak in the basement apartment where I lived that she had to get fixed, that I don't think insurance covered a lot of it, so that was expensive for her. So I think she realized like how much upkeep and how much bother it was to like maintain a house as one person. So she made the decision to sell and then find a low maintenance apartment closer to where she had her place of work. And I was like, she was really like apologetic when she called me, and she called me also and let me know like months before she had to. I think like she had to give me a 2 months notice before her contract. I think she ended up giving me a 4 or 5 months notice from when she actually like got the sale date on her house later. So she was really nice and really sweet, and I really appreciate her. And she's probably the landlord that has been the nicest to me, like in a like move out like notice period, because I've had to move out because landlords have sold their place. Like the place where I lived when I started VTubing, that one also got sold and I had to move out, but they gave me a really short notice. So yeah, so she was really nice, and she was also super quiet. So the time where I lived there, basically never heard her walking upstairs unless she had visitors. So yeah, I really like her, and like zero grudge against her for selling, because I probably would have sold in her position. You will keep hating landlords in general, but okay, she was nicer. Yeah, she was really nice. I will also say, I rented that... How long did I live there? 2 years? I rented that apartment from her. She rented it out for a little bit of a cheaper price than similar apartments in the city that I lived in, and she didn't raise the price while I lived there. So she was also nice with the rent. It wasn't cheap, but it wasn't expensive either. Like, it was a super reasonable, like maybe tiny bit cheap price for the size and the location and stuff. Yeah. The most serious deal breaker for apartments is bad neighbors. I think you need a garage next time you move though, so you have a place for your projects. Oh yeah, if you like a lot of tinkering or like woodworking or stuff like that, then having outside workspace is probably a good thing. Bird woman, yes, I am indeed burp. It's really hot and annoying, but you finally have a reason to use the fan that was part of the merch. Oh yeah, the birthday merch! I hope all of you have gotten your shipping notifications now. I think it should be shipped for all of you that got the birthday merch last year. If not, then hopefully it will be shipped for all of you soon. But I think it's shipped now? Maybe. Nope. Oh, not yet. Let me I can check in with staff. You still didn't? Okay, I'll check in with staff. But I know that I think gradually some stuff has been shipping out. It should arrive on Thursday for you. You got your shipping email a few days ago? Yeah. Yours will arrive on Thursday? Okay, let me check. I don't know how quickly I'll get a response back, but I checked in with asked my manager to check in with the people that do the shipping and stuff. So we'll see what they say, Camels. Yeah. Yours is still waiting to be received by the postal service? You imagine they're still packing them? Yeah, probably. You got some Kanna merch relatively recently? Nice! After that, you'll wait for the Halloween stuff and then the Aerunia debut stuff? Yeah. I think the Aerunia debut stuff, I think it's only waiting on the sleeves? I'm not completely certain, but maybe? And if it's that the case, I think those are on the way to Glitch, and then hopefully that will be ready for shipping soon. Place more Duel Master cards? I think I have one Duel Master booster box, but it's like a random one or something. I think I have a random thingy. If I still have one. But I have Duel Monster. Which maybe I'll open a little bit on Monday's handcam. Like we'll be opening some figures on the upcoming handcam, and then maybe I have like a couple of small like extra sets from Duel Monsters. Is it not Duel Masters? But that's Duel Masters, I think. Yeah, no, that should be Duel Masters. I'm thinking like Duel Master Yu-Gi-Oh, but no, I have Duel Master stuff. I have guaranteed. Let me go and check what it's called. Give me a second. Yeah, I actually did have a Yu-Gi-Oh box as well. I've been sitting on this for a while. I think I got it on sale like way back. But I have a Yu-Gi-Oh. I think is this a Japanese or an English box? I think it's a Japanese one. Yu-Gi-Oh Darkwing Blast. Yeah, I have one Yu-Gi-Oh box. Which probably is becoming an older set. I just got it because it had an edgy bird dragon creature on the front. And I was like, that looks cool. And it was also on sale. And then the two special boxes I have of Duel Masters is DM24X1 and DM25X1. I think let me check. Let me actually check the card list. I forgot what these had in them. I usually sometimes check the card list a little bit when I order boxes, but then I forget. Duel Masters card. Bird is a really easy to sell. Yeah, I see bird and I go like, ooh. I see narrow down conditions. And then product name DM24EX1. Let me see, search for this set. I also have a very special Duel Master set that's going to arrive. That's going to arrive with one of the packages that I have on like a shipping thingy that's shipping that I told you guys about. I have two packages like that. One of them has like all those like Hololive figures that I got on sale, which one of them was a Kanata Hololive figure that was on sale that turned out to be like very shortly before her graduation announcements, and I was like, whoa. But I'll do an opening for those when I get them. But I also have my special Duel Masters box that has the Black Lotus and all the joke cards in them. Oh yeah, this extra set is super cute. Let me show you, Camels. That's such a coincidence. Yeah. Okay, let me turn on studio mode for a tiny bit and I'll do like a window capture. There we go. Here's the card search. The way they show the cards in the card search is a little bit limited, but I'll just do it like this, I think. This. Bum bum! This is one of the extra sets. Isn't it cute, Camels? Look at this. It has all these cute girls. A lot of the times when I open Duel Masters, it's like really cool or edgy creatures, or like they get like super weird. Like we have this like Alice in Wonderland burb with a camera. Like there's still some weird goofy cards, but this is like a cute creature and cute girl set, which is a little bit more rare. Look at these cute creatures. It's very cute. And then we have like cool girl, like this like fire girl with double guns and stuff. This one like monochromatic white girl with a gold border. Let me see. Oh, and then they have the more normal cards as well. Look at this burb! Very Kamo-like. And this burb, oh, the full arts are so... They're not like even proper full arts, they're just like cards, but they're covered the entire thingy. Let me see. This is the DM24X. Like, it's a small booster box. It only has... how many packs? Oh, it doesn't... Okay, it's loading in. Yeah, this website is a little bit slow. It only has 10 packs, I think? Yeah, maybe only 10 packs in it. Yeah, both of the EX sets are small ones. Oh. Will it not load? Let me try and load it in again. Oh, there we go. It's limited to here. Oh no, it reset the website. Oh no, it didn't. Never mind. Oh, these are the final ones. Yeah, look at... Oh, wait! It has... Oh god, what's her name? It's the Urusai... Uya o... Kamos, do you guys remember her name? It's the girl from the alien... Lum! Yeah, it's Ramu. It's Ram. I think this is Lum, or it's a character from the Lum anime. It has to be, right? Or it has to be her artist. Also, what is this little creature? He's so peculiar. I don't know what he is, but he's magnificent. Like, he is in the set, I think. Yeah. Should be. Is this on the back, though, that all the cards are, like, super rare or very rare? So, I don't know. But yeah. This is pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. Those are collaboration special cards? Ooh, cute. And then the other set that I got... Oh, wait, let me do the translate site to English. There we go. Further narrow down conditions. The other set that I got was the DMEX1, which is heroin, which means heroin, which stands for cute girls, Kamos. It's cute girl set. The other set is certified cute girl set, which has these like cute like little school type sets, very adorable, and it has manga panel style cards, which I think is really cute, with a lot of like more retro style artwork. This one has some like cool creature, girl-like creature, I guess, in it as well. But I like these manga panel ones a lot. And then more cute girls, of course. This one is adorable. This is what I love about Duel Monsters, is like you will have these like super edgy creatures, cute girl, and then it would be like, huh? Then it will be like something like goofily cute like this, and you'll be like, wait, what? And whatever this like alien superhero bunny robot thing is, it's like I always have so much fun opening Duel Monsters, because they will have just the randomest, yeah, whiplash out of the box, just yeah, it's like Digimon but on speed. It's like Digimon but like cranked up to 1,000 in craziness. Not that Digimon can't get crazy, but I feel like Duel Monsters does it a little bit more often. Wait, these are the same... Oh, it just didn't go to the second page. Yeah. Also, hi for dropping in. Kanna. Yeah, this website they have for showing the cards are sometimes really good. Other times, it's a little bit laggy. Few days left until your school comes to an end. Ooh, nice. Summer vacay soon. Summer vacay. Wait, why is it only loading the first page again? Like, I'm clicking on page number 2 here. And it's like... It's like... It's like, please, Kanna, no. I can only show you the first page of cards. Come on, you can do it, website. You can do it. Page 2 out of 3 is forbidden. I want to watch the entire... No, again! What if I press button number 3, though? Does that work? Oh, say the page number 3 works. Oh, these ones are really cool. I think these ones are higher rarity combos. These ones has the color with the manga panels on the back. And these ones as well that are kind of like full art, like creature and cute girl combo. These are all adorable. Look at a little burb in the egg. Can I click on the second page from here? Oh, now it works. I love Duel Monsters. I want it to never change, Calmos. Duel Monsters cannot change. Duel Monster is one of my favorite goofy TCGs out there, and they know how to entertain, okay? Duel Monsters know how to keep you on your toes and entertain you, and have the set that has like this pretty roast anime style card and this card in the same set. And their high rarity stuff foiling can be really nice. But this was just common cards. A good reaction phase? Yeah, a really good reaction phase. I think I also have... I have one of the newest sets. Oh god, which set was it? Give me a second. Oh, correct. Okay, I ordered the normal box. So those are special sets, Kamos. I also ordered a normal box with one of my recent shipments. What's it called? Duel Monsters. Need to look at the images of it. Oh yeah, I think it's the DM. It's the one of the way newest boxes. Let me see. So it should be this one, which is DM6 RP1, which is like the first in like their new like the Duel Monsters 26 series. Look at these ones. Here you have like the super edgy ones. I don't know which one of these has like the actual foil borders, but I saw these. I bought 2 booster boxes of these. Of this set because look at these. These look really good combos. Really, really cool and edgy. So basically, they don't look as busy. This is the thing, like when you see them flat art here, you're just seeing the pure art render. You're not seeing the foiling. And they're also super small here, so some of these look really good in person, I can imagine. But it's hard to tell from the art. Ooh, cute girl, let it come out. Ooh, this one is cool. This one reminds me of Mika Picasso art, actually. Is this Duel Monsters? Yeah, this is Duel Monsters. Oh, that one is cute. Look at this girl. She's like a bird girl. Ooh, it's like a red carpet. What are these cards? These are so pretty. Ooh. These 2 girls are really cute. Is that Shobu the anime protagonist? Maybe. And then, whoa, look at this creature here with a frame card. Ah, these are so cool. Why are they so cool? Why is Duel Monsters so cool? Like, these borders here, they look over the top, but they look really good in foil when you see the actual, like, gold and silver and white foiling of them. I'm excited. I haven't looked at the entire set list of this. Why is it so cool? Yeah, why is Duel Monsters so goofy and so cool? I don't know what food they consume over at the Duel Monster offices. Oh, wow. Oh, no, this is the same page again. Let me flip back to the last page. We go from the last page to the middle. That worked last time. I don't know if it will work again, but maybe. Maybe I just go backwards. Maybe I click on random things. You don't think we pulled a high rarity card that was a missed foiling wise out of Duel Monsters? Yeah, exactly. Like the... Oh, this is still the same page. Okay, it's having issues again. Coins! It's been a long time, but you see the YouTube feed telling you that I'm sick? Yeah, I'm sick today. Also, Arbal! Thank you for the super coins. Arigato. I'm currently sick, but I still want to stream. So instead of doing gaming today, we're doing a chatting stream. And now just looking at some cards, but it's refusing to go to... Oh, page 3 worked. Page 3 worked again. I don't know why, Camels. It is really like page 3. Yeah, look at these like mecha-looking creatures, eldritch deities, demonic stuff, cute things. Like, whoa, look at that card. This one? Whoa. That has gotta look so good. Like when you see it up close. The monochromatic, like the thick outlines. What is this little bird? Look at this bird creature. This bird creature. I love Duel Monsters. Whoa. She looks sick. This full art little bird knight creature. Whoa. Yeah. Oh, you got an elephant. Okay, now I'm trying to load page 2. Oh, but yeah, so here are some of the cards that had fancy... Another burb with a fancy frame. This set has a lot of burbs in it. I didn't realize, but it's amazing. Oh, cool guy. Cute girl with an apron and a little girl. Ah, Kai! Kai! Oh, bird guy. Fancy armor bird guy. Lots of bird combos. Oh, whoa, we got another red carpet girl. She's so classy. They seem to get like 3 cards, like a frame card, a red carpet card, and then the like character border card. So much whiplash between my reactions is because the cards are so whiplashy. Like, look at this, guys, this edgy anime face, and there's a goat there. I don't question why these things are together. I don't question why this is a tank that is also a castle that has a teddy bear face, that has a military cap on it. I don't question the existence of this creature. I just love that he exists. And that he's a Duel Monster card. And then you have like a many-headed Hydra crab with a big mouth that eats stuff. used to call you Jürgen A. Oh, I remember you. Teddy bear castle with a minigun. Teddy bear castle with a tank. Whoa! Look at this lady. She's the 4th. So there's 4 red carpet ladies in this set. She is so majestic. Is that demon horns or dragon horns? Oh. Oh, and this I think must be the feature monster. What is the rarity on these cards? Oh, it opens in another window. Oh, that's a... It says rarity C common. Common for this one. And then this one says also rarity C common. This final one, that is also rarity C common. Sometimes I feel like the rarities aren't necessarily what they are. What is this one though? Okay, this is the DMR. That's usually the highest rarity in a set. And this one is DMR as well. But doesn't have fancy border. But this one has fancy border. Huh. What about any of these cards here from the first page? Okay, this is an OR, so that's over rare. Okay, that's high rarity. This one would be an SR. This one is also SR. Okay, so these are not just common cards. This one... SR. Okay, okay. Yeah. Kawaii! I'm excited. I'm excited to open this. I'll do a separate opening for opening one of these boxes though. Yeah, also one of the things I appreciate about Duel Monsters is that they go a little bit like retro drawing style of some of the cards. Like they will have like retro manga style cards. They have like cute modern style cards. They'll have like crazy cards. They just have everything. And it's all very anime. Very anime and very manga. Yeah. And it makes me wish that they still did Duel Monsters in English, but at the same time in some TCGs the English print quality goes way down, so I don't know if they would have the same cool foiling in English as they do in Japanese, even if they had English printing. Oh wait, no, these small boxes, the special sets I showed you in the beginning, they have 16 packs. I'm looking at it now. How many cards are there in the pack? Is there only one card in a pack then? I don't know, we'll see. 1パック1枚入り. Yeah, it looks like there's 16 packs, but each pack is only one card. What are you up to here? I'm just chatting. We're just chatting about cards. Duel Monsters in the big 2026? Yeah, Duel Monsters is still very much alive in Japan. Like, Duel Monsters just basically never stopped in Japan. It just continued. And it's Wizards of the Coast, the same people that are behind Magic the Gathering. Which is why one of the funniest sets I think I will ever open out of a TCG Commons is going to be an upcoming Duel Monster sets that I ordered. It's their black box set. I think you can search it up. It's a special set, and it's what can only be described as if you went to TCG card makers and you asked them, what cards would you make for April Fools? And then you have some normal cards, but like have 70% of the cards in the box be cards that card makers would make for April Fools, and that's just the entire set. Just to mess with people. It's glorious. And it also has a Black Lotus in it. Like a Magic the Gathering, like literal Magic the Gathering artwork Black Lotus. Because it's Wizards of the Coast and they can do that. It sounds insane. Yeah, I think I showed you a couple of cards from that set in the past. Literally, some of the cards in the set are just blank cards. It's just the frame, and then the rest of the card is just white. It's just like literally card frame combos. Blank card frame, and the card is just blank. Which is insane. It also has some crossover cards from some, I think, mangas and anime and like some stuff. And I think they also had like... it has some cards with cats on them. And when I say cats on them, I mean literal photos of cats. And they're very goofy. Like, the entire set is just a fever dream. And I can't wait to open that on stream. I haven't looked at the set list since I first ordered it. And I'm not going to. Because I remember looking at that. And, like, each card was almost better than the next one. And I just want to be surprised again. Entire photos? Yeah, there's photos. I think it was just like a couple of cards with just like people on them. Heads or tails? I don't know. But thank you for the super coins. Arigato. Set that appreciates some whimsy. A set that is all whimsy. And some normal cards, but the normal cards feels like a joke because it feels like it's like, why would there be normal cards in the set? It's like you pull a normal card and you go like, what even is this? What is this set? I actually looked up like a card opening. I think I found a card opening of that set on YouTube, and it was as trippy as I thought it would be. I don't think it has any cards with special foiling on it, so it's mostly just like normal, like just normal plain cards, but they're all so fun. Imagine having normal cards. Yeah, it's imagine having cards that actually make sense. After I get those cards, I have to figure out a special occasion for it. Maybe if I have it in time for my next birthday stream, which hopefully I will have. I'm assuming the shipping will take anything up to like 3 months, and it's been already a month and a half soon since it shipped. So if I have it in time for my birthday stream, that would be a perfect box to open like the hand cam before or after my birthday. Which my birthday is on it's on a Tuesday this year. So it'd be the day before my birthday. Probably. Makes sense. Oh my god, wait, I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. It's no wonder I feel pretty poorly. I was like going to say I should probably round off now because I'm starting to feel like bone deep exhaustion set in. I should probably round off so I'm not burning myself out for the rest of the week. You knew that 2-hour time frame was a lie. I just try and set limitations for myself, but they don't always stay true. Okay. I had a lot of topics to go through. Yeah, we talked about university again. I feel like it's probably like 3-4 streams now I've gone in depth about like Norwegian high schools and universities. And sorry those of you that have sat through it multiple times. Also, Red Fox, thank you for the super coins. Arigato. Going to end without raiding? No, I'll find someone to raid today. Yeah, hope I feel better soon. Yeah, I'm hoping I feel better by tomorrow. If not, it's a high chance it might be a very Satsu ASMR. But there will be a Patreon ASMR tomorrow. It will have sweet beach time. As long as I don't feel worse. If I feel worse tomorrow, I will cancel. Don't worry, I'll be responsible. But if I'm in the same shape or better tomorrow, it will probably be like a Satsu beach time ASMR. And then I'll be back on Thursday. I will say I am 90% sure that I'll have to change the content for Thursday. Probably to a chill game like Blueprints or Lost and Found Call, or maybe like a one-off game. I don't know. But on the off chance that I feel way better tomorrow, then we'll go ahead. But I'll gauge at the end of the day tomorrow how I feel. So I'll let you know before I go to bed tomorrow if I reschedule, like what I end up rescheduling Thursday for, if that's happening. Is Blueprints chill though? Blueprints is chill in the sense that even if it takes brain power, like you're not constantly like fighting for your life like you do in fighting games. Fighting games take a different type of brain intensity and brain power. Okay, let me see who's live. Oh, これかな? Dun. Is any of my genmates live? It might be too early. It's too early. But... Oh, Yuri is live. Yui's live. And she's playing Hollow Knight. And he has to spin the wheel thingy before she dies. And she started pretty recently. So let's raid Yui. Let me see. She doesn't stream on Twitch, does she? Is this Yui? Oh, maybe she does. No, I can't find anything. I don't think she does. I always forget who streams there and who doesn't stream on Twitch. So no Twitch raid. And someone said brain power. Did I? I'm starting to lose the combos. Oh, brain power for blueprints. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm literally starting to lose it. There's no punishment in blueprints, or no, yeah, no real punishments. Yeah. Hollow Knight or Silk Song. Oh, she's playing Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight. Like, oh, OG Hollow Knight. when I think of Silk Song, I just say Silk Song. I know it's called Hollow Knight Silk Song, but I just say Silk Song. But yeah, this is probably a good time to call it. My brain is literally starting to forget what I said like 3 seconds ago. Kamos. But thank you for hanging out with me even when I'm sick, Kamos. I know it's probably more of like a mellow. I don't know, boring? Am I boring? I hope I'm not boring. It's more of a mellow stream, but I really love hanging out with you every day, Kamos. And I'll see you tomorrow for the Patreon ASMR, and I'll see you on Thursday for the stream, which will Kamos. There's a 90-95% chance it'll be a chill stream. Like this type of sick, I usually don't recover like that super quickly. So I'm sorry, Street Fighter Kamos, but I'm guessing that it will be a chill game. I will see you. I love you, Kamos. I love you. I love you. And really, Kamos, I can't like. I'm looking again at the new Kanna model, like the completely new one that I got a draft for, and it's so cute. It's so cute. There's 2 Kamos on it, in different shapes and different forms, and then it has like. I obviously had a reference sheet that I gave to the artist that a lot of my ideas are like beautifully executed in the draft, but they added in like one clothing item in particular that wasn't in my reference sheets, but I was like, oh, that is so cool. I don't know if Kamos are ready for it though. And then the new hairstyle that Refla has drafted off for my new update, which is probably the newest thing you will see that will be new. That one is also so cute! Yay! Ohime-sama poi? Ohime-sama mitai. Kamo. Kamo. Can never escape the teasing. Let me tease something, Kamos! Let me have this! Okay? Sometimes I need to have things. Also, it's so... Oh god, everything new is so cute, Kamos. Ah, hi! Chokoyo! I'm not Himadera. Kamos are Himadera. It's just you're Himadera coded Kamos and you're projecting it onto me. Totally that's the case. Yeah, and I'm nothing... Totally nothing of what I'm staring at right now is Himadera coded, because that couldn't be me! No, I couldn't be Himadera coded! It's just you, Kamos! I'm proving it now! No! I'm the one that's in Diddy test! Multiple Diddy tests doesn't prove anything, Kamos! Those are just nonsense online personality tests that mean nothing! They mean nothing, okay? Staring at my new model plus here. I don't know what you're talking about, Kamos. It's totally not Himadera at all. It's very... something. It's something! I'm ending stream. I love you, Kamos. I will see you tomorrow. And the day after. And the day after. And the day after. And then some day in the future, in the next 14 days, I have a day off. But otherwise, I will see you every day. Clap. I should probably end stream, but I want to hang out more. But I should end stream. My brain is getting really loopy. I want to hang out more though. But I should end stream. I wanna hang out more. But I should end stream. But what if I stream more? But no, I should end stream. But what if more stream though? But I should get rest. But more time with combos. And the stream. But it's so hard to press the end stream button combos. You have no idea. Why is it so hard to separate from combos? You should be glad it's not a hand cam, because then you would get very squished. Combos so much squished. Let's squished. Sleep. I took a nap earlier, though I woke up earlier today, so does it cancel each other out? They might cancel each other out. And I have my Aerunia hangout later, but I should probably not hang out too late tonight. Let's see. I know. I'm ending stream comments. I will see you tomorrow. I love you. I love you. Very responsible streamer. Yes. Much responsible.